Let me see. Make sure that everything is turned on and make sure that we're all ready to go ahead and continue with our last or our most recent state of investigations. Looks like everything is good. We've got movement going around on all the different sound beats, and it looks like everything is as good as it can be visually as well. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I hope that everybody happens to be doing well. We will be continuing with our investigations today. I'm so looking forward to be able to continue this. I'm sad that I've relegated myself to only ever playing this on Saturdays, but I went ahead and put that limit on myself. Story game Saturdays will always and continue to be that way. But actually, no, there is no but. I still do have a limit. Either I wake up early so I can play these games for longer due to the nature of how my schedule has changed as of late, or I have to go ahead and just deal with what the current time constraints that I have, since I can only play up until a point, and then I have to go to work today. But I digress. I think I've stalled us long enough. Oh, new items in the gallery. Wait, what? When did I unlock that? Hold on, my controller's not even turned on. Okay, hang on. I won't divulge any nitty-gritty nonsense details. I don't have to. Let's just hop right back into it. I want to be able to go back into the however far in we were. I gotta get back. I gotta get used to where it was that we were last time and what it is that we were doing. I also gotta remember all the voices and stuff that I was doing, so bear with me. It might be a little bit weird. It's gonna be a little bit jarring for sure. Inside this display case is a row of lifesavers and vests for sale. We saw a lot of those when there's some kind of accident or something. But some people buy them even when there's nothing going on. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? Care to buy one? I sense that this shop is one shopper away from being sued. What do we have here? This looks like your little buddy. I forgot what the name of the mascot was. There's some kind of luxury name brand merchandise on sale in this display case. And they're lined up in such a manner as to scream "buy me" to any passerbyers. Even these guys? Okay, no, these are different. Stuffed toys, just like the one that Miss... Is it Meal? How is her name pronounced? Can someone confirm? Is it Meal or is it like Mealy? Mealy? I'm not quite sure. Mealy? Is it... Hold on, wait. A thought just hit me, assuming that my stupid pronunciations may be onto something. If it's supposed to be like a play on melee, like hitting someone with a melee weapon, are we gonna be under the assumption that she's the killer? I know that Ace Attorney is a huge, like, advocate for silly and pun-related names and stuff like that. And so if her name is Mealy, and it's supposed to be a pun on melee, it's entirely possible that she could have bashed the guy's head in, assuming we're still looking for a killer. I was under the assumption that it was an accident, that while we were hit with turbulence and while he was in the elevator, allegedly, that he, that like the statue bounced around, smacked him upside the head, and then he like died that way. But we also did learn last stream that there were footprints, it looked like, that went away from the crime scene. So somebody else was there, at least. They're relatively cheap, which explains why they're displayed so haphazardly. How about it, Mr. Edgeworth? You know you want one too. They're great when you're stressed. Why do I envision stuffed animal abuse when she says that? Stuffed animal abuse? Don't go abusing your stuffed animals. The glass from the display case door is shattered all over the floor, and it looks like there's nothing on display inside either. Wait, actually, I think there is something. What's this? A mini captain's hat? Like, a mini captain's hat? A tiny captain's hat? I swear I've seen one of these before. It's just like the ones on the little plushies, isn't it? Or is there supposed to be a mini captain's hat on like the little thingy that the guy had as well? There's a wide selection of souvenirs for sale in these display cases. You know what I'd suggest? Sorry, but I have no intention of buying souvenirs on this trip. Okay, then how about you buy something for me then, as a present? I can't think of a single reason why I'd want to buy you anything. But I've had my eye on that pendant for such a long time. Try paying some attention to me while I ask you something when I talk. Oh, wait, I think he said something else. Okay, hold on. So what is this? What are these? Oh, those are our company's completely original line of suitcases. They're practically flying out the door. That's how popular they are. You should buy one and see if you like it. You won't regret it. Perhaps that's how things work on this flight, but in the real world, you try, then buy. No way, but either way, it doesn't really matter. True. Either way, why would anyone buy a suitcase after they've boarded the plane? Anyway, see that? Just look at all the Captain... Wait, what? Just look at all the Captain Ugo heads painted on their cute company mascot, isn't he? Is that what that is? I didn't even realize. I thought it was like a grape. Or like a green bowling ball. They're painted on with a lot of care. Doesn't he look like he's about to jump out at you? It is certainly making something jump inside my stomach. Huh? Oh, I guess there's no fooling your refined taste. You look like you really wanted to get one. And I thought I was going to finally make my first sale, but you saw right through it. Glad that's done, though. Never make me try to give you a sales pitch ever again, okay? But I never showed any interest in it to begin with. Teehee. Ugh, I can't really do girl voices, especially... Okay, so chat, I'm gonna be completely honest. I woke up not too long ago.
Playing blackjack, fucking loser.
You were awake not too long ago either. You and I are under the same pretense here. Are you at work, by the way? Are you working right now, Spuds? Also, I know that it might be picked up because it's really loud. The roosters are crowing right now on my end. But I was woken up not too long ago. I want to say like less than 30 minutes ago. I was up and about because I had a customer from work call me with like a problem, but like our office is closed today, so I have to call them back on Monday so we can go ahead and discuss further. No, I'm about to head out though? Oh, okay, I get you. Well, looks like you and I were under the same pretense of like going to sleep around the same time. Actually, I slept terribly last night, I'll be honest. I kept waking up and falling asleep, I think, which is probably why I woke up as late as I did today, because like my sleep was just not good for some reason, but I digress. I appreciate you dropping by, Spuds, and I hope that you have a good day at work, or whatever. Fucking loser. Teehee, it really is pretty horrible, isn't it? You want to know something? This suitcase was designed by Miss Rhoda? Really? Miss Teneiro designed this. Yeah, it was a company-wide contest. Well, it does have a very sharp design sense. Haha, sharp? Like stinky sharp cheddar, maybe. I really have no idea why the bigwigs decided to go with it. It's so blech. Miss Teneiro designed this, did she? It's definitely not what I would have expected. What the? You okay? I'm fine. Please watch yourself, Miss Melee. Letting a suitcase freely roll around has got to be a safety violation. Planes shaking cause it to roll in-flight suitcase display can be hazardous. Oh. Here, I'll put it back. Yeah, it doesn't have little steps on it. What? Okay, hold on. So I can't read what's on the floor here. So what about the stuff back here? Beautiful flowers in a beautiful arrangement. I feel cleansed just by looking at them. Well, you're kind of stepping on a few of them, you know, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, excuse me. Wait, that's it? Okay, hold on. So I guess I gotta start making some connections then. I feel like I've checked everything here, so... Suitcase. Victim's glasses were broken. Were they broken during his murder? Cause it to roll. In-flight suitcase displays can be hazardous. Could this be the murder weapon? Okay, let me see if I can make a connection here. Yeah, Captain Ugo does have the little hat. The hat probably used to be on the piggy bank's head. Let's give it a go and see. I believe this piggy bank was forcibly removed from the display case. Does this mean that the killer broke the glass to get it? Captain Ugo piggy bank data updated. Found on the crime scene, culprit must have shattered the display case glass to take it. Really? Don't tell me you don't know what things go where. Wait, don't tell me you don't know what things go where in this shop. Well, I don't. Miss Rhoda's in charge of this place. So come on, how should I know anything? I sense that further inspection of this display case isn't needed. So the broken glasses and the suitcase. So could it... Oh, whoa, okay, hold on. Okay, I was under the assumption... Okay, so something else needs to be looked at? I wouldn't rest until I've inspected... Okay, why couldn't I do this before? I thought I had inspected everything. Okay. So... It's the same man as the one that's portrayed by the statues around the elevator? Yeah, that's a paperweight of the founder of GoU Airlines, Mr. Ugo Hughes. Okay, the epiphany just hit me. GoU is literally just go, and then the first letter... Okay. Okay, so that's... Hugo, and Mr. Hugo. Oh, it's Hugo. I'm saying Ugo. It's Hugo. Mr. Hugo Hughes. Go you. Okay. Yep, well, that's a slap in the face. I'm fucking stupid. On the bottom shelf, we have a cute little one. The middle shelf is the realistic one. And on the top shelf, that's floral version. Wait, and on the top shelf, that's the floral version. Floral? Are you sure about that? Let me guess. You just thought the first thing that came to your mind, right? Looks like hit the bullseye. Okay, so this is this side. Then we look over here. Maybe there might be something. There's nothing of interest here. Oh, really? Not at all? Okay, nothing on this side, so I guess we take a look. The glass on this door is broken. Perhaps it was the killer who broke it in order to take the piggy bank? But it's a bit odd that it's inside that the inside of the case is so devoid of glass shards. Plus, the glass broke rather cleanly. What is it? I touched the glass and I cut my finger. It hurts, Mr. Edgeworth, it hurts. Please tell me you can deal with such a minor cut on your own. Okay, so I guess I can make a deduction then. Oh, wait, hold on. Do I still have this suitcase over here? Oh, whoops. Oh, I don't have the suitcase. Hang on. Let me look at my evidence. The body... Footprints. The piggy bank? Maybe the piggy bank has something that could be done here. So is it here is my question. Eureka! There's definitely something very unusual about this. About what? If the killer had broken the glass to get to the Captain Hugo bank, there should be shards of glass inside the case itself. Ooh, I see. Yeah, I guess it'd be like that. However, there's not a single piece of glass inside the display case. Nope, no there isn't. Which means that the glass was broken from inside out. The piggy bank must have fallen over from the turbulence and right through the glass. Yeah, that's for sure. There's so much glass all over the floor. I'm willing to bet that this hat was knocked off its head at the time, too. That's nice. Which leads me to believe that the killer took the Captain Hugo bank from here after the turbulence. Plane shook so much during it. The plane shook so much during it that it what? Okay, hold on. Some of the wordplay here trips up my mind. Are there misspellings on here, or like translations that are messed up, or am I just stupid? The plane shook so much during it that it made a huge mess of the shop. That looked and is worded so weird, it tripped up my brain so bad. This was taken out of its display case in the in-flight shop after the turbulence. What the fuck? She's napping. What the hell kind of sleeping position is that? Her hair is all over her face. How could she breathe? Take your power naps on your own time, Miss Melee. I'm still gonna go into the assumption that it's supposed to be a play on Melee. Because I was calling her Miss Meal, but it could be Miss Melee? Melee. Maybe, I don't know. That's what I'm gonna go with. Also, power napping. Anyone who's worked a job where you are not designated any rest, or if you're doing multiple things, power naps are fucking godsend. I learned the skill of being half conscious while being able to recharge a little bit, and it was so useful back in the day. Wow! Oh my god! She said my line. That's my line. But the murder occurred before the turbulence, which rules this piggy bank out as the murder weapon. Oh, wait, really? Does it? So you mean the bank's not the real murder weapon? It's fake? Yes, at this point, that is a very real possibility. But then what if when the killer went to take Captain Yugo, it broke the glass by accident? The display case is locked, so that's highly unlikely. Yeah, but there's one person who could have. Oh, and who would that be? Miss Rhoda, of course. I mean, she's the one in charge of this place, so she has the keys to everything. Miss Rhoda Teneiro, huh? Okay, so it looks like we got... Wait, is there more for me to... Hold on. Is there something here I can... Broken glass, turbulence, suitcase. I'm willing to make a connection here. Yeah. Yes, that would definitely... There's definitely something wrong here. What's with the sudden yelling? Tell me, Miss Millay, don't you think there's something strange about these suitcases? Oh, well, sure, they totally ooze strange, like the color and the such. That's not what I'm talking about. Now pay attention. Ugh, you're scaring me, Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry. Ahem. These suitcases are lined up a bit too prim and proper. Yeah, they look a bit uptight, don't they? Well, I guess they take after their creator, hee hee. Again, that's not what I meant, Miss Millay. Don't you find it unusual that these cases are the only things undisturbed by the turbulence? Never mind, I'd sooner find the answer by inspecting these suitcases myself. Upon closer inspection, they really are quite hideous. Teehee. I wonder how Miss Rhoda would have reacted if she'd heard what you just said. What's wrong? She makes a good point. It'd be wise of me to watch what I say out loud. What's this? I spotted something that's not quite right. What's so unusual about this suitcase? Well, this one doesn't have the wheels. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure I'm not, like... It's not latched onto anything. This one just spins around and goes wherever. How it managed to get back, though, is another thing itself. We found it back here. Assuming that this is what broke the glass... Hold on. There's something very peculiar about these wheels. Huh? As in? As in, there are no stoppers in place on these. Without stoppers, one would think that the turbulence would have sent it flying. And... and so it is very likely that the suitcase was placed here after we hit that turbulence. Let's take a closer look at it, shall we? Ooh. Oh, wait, what the fuck? That's the mascot? Well, it's certainly very unique. I thought it was a grape, but I think that was because of the graphics. Okay, so I guess we're gonna open it. It would appear to be unlocked. Let's take a look at what's inside. Oh, a piece of cloth. And it's soaked with blood. Ah! It's blood! It appears that this suitcase is very strongly tied to our murderer after all. Ooh. Alright, so I only made one mistake. So, explain this to me. What does this suitcase have to do with the murder? I believe it's pretty safe to say that the killer used this suitcase in some manner. Such as to move something, perhaps. But aren't you just talking about the cloth then? That alone is too small. A larger item would be needed to move what I'm thinking of. The thing I believe the killer used this suitcase to transport is... the person? Hold on. It's the only thing I can think of that might be large enough. Take that! A person? Something that would fit inside a suitcase that is also covered in blood. Sounds like a dead body, doesn't it? It was used to transport the body. It was designed by Miss Rhoda Teneiro. Bloody cloth. Found inside the suitcase, its beautiful pattern has been soiled by blood. But... In light of this, I'd say that Mr. Hicks was moved into the elevator from someplace else. Which means the murder was committed in an entirely different location. So you're saying that after moving the body into the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase in here and just left it? Exactly. What is it? Nothing, just that... I was thinking about what Miss Rhoda said about coming here for something. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. This has to be Miss Teneiro. I wanted to give you a bit more time. but I'm afraid I wasn't able to convince the captain. I'm very sorry, Mr. Edward, but the captain feels that he's allowed you ample time. He says that he'd appreciate it if you just wrap it up and return to your seat. I understand his sentiments. However, if I'm not allowed to complete my investigation, the crime scene may be contaminated by the time we land. If I must stop, then I insist I be allowed to oversee the preservation of the 2 sites. Under your supervision, of course. If that's your only condition, I believe we can accommodate your wishes. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, Mr. Edgeworth. God, she seems so nice. I hope she's not the killer. Sounds like fun. We can camp out and watch over everything together. I found proof that the real crime scene was not the lounge, and I have enough evidence to prove myself to be innocent of any wrongdoing. And yet, regarding what Miss Melee reminded me about Miss Teneiro, I can't allow my investigation to end here. The truth must come to light. Oh shit, to be continued? Yes, please, save my progress. Turnabout Airlines? I wonder. Oh, we landed. Whoa, hang on, Mr. Manila. We've landed. I know that once we landed, I'm supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Miss Teneiro and Miss Millet, I was able to preserve the crime scene. But I can't just shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Miss Teneiro in private. So I'm left wondering just what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. Oh my god, it's the song from the second game! Shit, but now I've got to pick up her voice again. I was so bad at her voice last time. I gave her a French accent, but I don't think I need to do all that again, do I? But I kind of want to. Because she says the line, the foolish fool that does foolish things foolishly, or however it goes. I've been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. Little sister? Francisca? I thought you were still in Germany. I go where I am needed. And wherever there are criminals to be caught. Her name is Francisca von Karma, the daughter of my mentor Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest. Damn, okay. What? It's quite frustrating, actually. I'd hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. I never thought I'd see the day when the disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame? Wasn't your father a criminal? Wait! It was all a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim. A misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder from the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death. Francisca, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I have investigated this for myself. I can put you under your arrest on hold until then. That's as it should be. Ha! I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed is all I strive for. Well, I have my own creed which I must fulfill, so why don't we solve this together? I have to get going, the crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave this town. Trust me, I have no intention to. Detective Gumshoe's here! So we're back in, we're back where we should be then. I forget what I don't think we ever got the name of the city where Phoenix and them are from, did we? Yes, sir! Too slow. Oh! Listen up, I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up, understand? Mr. Edgeworth, hold on. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm supposed to guard him? A simple yes or no, detective. Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Just leave it to me. Miles Edgeworth, if you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me. Damn, okay. Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Boy, am I glad to see you're okay. Oof. Thank you, detective. I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this. I have to admit I'm a bit curious as to what Francesca is up to. Maybe I should ask the good detective. Very well, in that case I've got a few questions for you. Actually, I've got a few questions for the people around. This child seems to be happily enjoying the sights of the many planes.
Wow, I'd love to take a run down that runway.
Oh, the youth of today. So much potential, yet so misguided. And what about our adults? Looking from behind, I think I've seen this man somewhere before.
In Soviet Russia, world flag lunchboxes E2. Found it, lol. Oh, I feel a wave of creative power coming on. It's over 9,000. Lols. For my next lead movie, it's going to be the Steel Samurai Warrior Neo Old Tokyo.
Wait, what? Does this take place before? Neo Old Tokyo? Oh, okay,
Versus the World Samurai Champion of Earth. It's gonna rock so many boxers.
The Steel Samurai's finally getting a movie. How are you? This man is in the first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair. I did it. I made it the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. He must have been pretty scared. He's repeating the same thing over and over to himself. Lunchland? Lunchland? Oh, that's Angel's business, isn't it? I don't know if she was running it or she was just a part of it. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own branch shops. What should I go with? I recommend our airport special, World Flag lunchboxes, only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different countries' flags. I wonder if they're aiming to take Lunchland to the international market. All right. Well, detective. Initial investigation. So, how's the initial investigation going? We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office, and we're taking statements now, sir. That sounds like Francesca. She was always good at quick responses to cases. I'd say she was a little too quick, sir. Oh, how so? I rushed over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow, when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already barking out orders to everyone. It was kind of creepy, as though she knew that there'd been a murder or something, and had come in advance to await your flight's arrival. It is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly, and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all of this. Miss Von Karma she just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident. No details. It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it, even with me, sir. Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with a whip. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, detective. Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine. Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate. Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation, starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh. So can I talk to... This man was in the first class with me. He's quite shaken up by the whole affair. I'd be pretty scared too if I got caught up in a I'd be pretty scared if I got caught up in a murder investigation, sir. I did it. Not scared of turbulence. Is he just gonna be... This life vest is proof I made it alive. It's beyond my prized possession. How could you just take that from the plane? It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. It's got nothing to do with the murder, at least. Okay. Oh, okay, hang on. Oh, I've always wanted to give their steak lunch a try. What should I go with? World flag lunchboxes. Oh, damn. If you really want one that badly, detective, why don't you go ahead and buy one? Is it okay, sir? Thanks. Alright, then I'm really gonna get one. Here I go. Excuse me, miss. I'll take Star Spangled Banner. Oh, there we go. An all-star American and gumshoe. I hope he's aware that's the most expensive one on the menu. Am I supposed to move? It kind of just gave me the option to be able to speak with everyone again, and so the balance between the main wings and the tail and the wings is really something, huh? Seems that this child derives his pleasure from a different aspect. Oh, but I've got a thing for the shape of the wings, too.
Here, mister, you can stand next to me. So how about a plane's wings? Shh. Thank you, detective, for leaving me out of this conversation.
In Soviet Russia, world flag slum bunches eat you.
Mr. Edgeworth, we've gotten... Oh.
Creative powers are coming back.
Steel Samurai Warrior Neo Tokyo versus the World Samurai Champion of Earth. Phew, good thing it was a false alarm, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. Completely ignoring me as usual. So can I... No, I can't move. So can I go... Yeah, okay, I can go back to the plane. Here we go. Is that our captain, then? What are we dealing with here? So, you must be the captain.
Why, yes I am. And who might you be?
I am the prodigy prosecutor Francisca von Karma, and I have a few questions for you. Don't you dare, Captain, getting friendly with another woman. I'll never forgive you if you do. What are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I wouldn't bet money on our dear captain to be much of a reputable person. So you don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir? He was in the cockpit the entire time. I hardly doubt he would know anything of use. Anyway, I'd like to leave that type of witness to Francisca and her whip. Oh! Jeez. Well, rip Bozo. Oh my god. Not this guy again. I hate dealing with this guy. I'm pretty sure... Oh, fuck. What accent did I give him? No, see here. Ah! Sorry. I'm sorry.
How long do you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be the criminal, I told you.
Mr. LeBlanc. Oh, it is you.
Tell this man to stop stopping me from going.
Time is money.
I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend.
So what seems to be the deal? Did you finish taking his statement yet?
Yep, all done, sir.
I do not concern you.
Wait, I do not concern you if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back. If you make a single scratch on my art, you will pay.
Art? What sort of art? Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down in the cargo hold, sir. There's practically a mountain of them, large and small.
From full costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of art.
Full costumes? Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat kind of looks like the other piece of cloth. Can I present it? Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me?
Oh, it's a Borginian cloth.
As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose.
Yes, of course. This fabric is so famous. Orders come from over the seas for more.
It's a Borginian. Then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier.
No. My cargo this time is much many gigantic. You, detective, when can I have my cargo moved?
You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal.
The stubbornness of you police is no good. And it is no good that the attendant refuses to exit the attendant's room too.
That attendant? I wonder if he's talking about Miss Tenehiro. Okay, so it looks like we got something else out of it. What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc?
She was taken into the attendant's room for her interview. And then they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her.
Why is Miss Teneiro's interview the only one that's taking up so much time? Oh, Francisca.
Miles Edgeworth, you were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you?
Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Teneiro. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room.
Humph, before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances.
I understand.
You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth.
Okay, we're arguing.
Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here in this very lounge. The body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This is unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. Okay, simple enough. I think we can go ahead and clear that off then, huh? The likeliest suspect, Francisca. Do you have a problem with that? No, but I do. It's not like you to use such vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute. Hey, welcome in, Ryuki. Edgeworth versus Francisca 2? It is. I'm so happy I finally get to see her again. I loved the having played through before my previous Ace Attorney, I guess, journey was with the Phoenix Wright games. I love Francisca. Very fond of her and her relationship to Edgeworth and the greater cast, I guess. I was simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend? Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. I want to continue my investigation. I'll have to break her line of logic fast. Okay. The scene of the crime was here in this very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found, the only person in the lounge the entire time was you. So mistakenly makes you the likeliest suspect. The likeliest suspect, huh? What a roundabout euphemism. But it would appear that she does not yet know about the new evidence that was acquired and where we acquired it. I'll take care of the gaps of her logic one hole at a time. I'm gonna make sure that I press everything. I've forced that habit into me since playing through the original Phoenix Wright trilogy. Don't you think you're being a little too rash by simply declaring me the culprit? I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of, well, both when I finish the whole thing in 3 minutes.
Hey, you say that like you're cooking a pack of instant noodles. Yow!
I won't allow even 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence. I see she hasn't changed a bit, but I won't allow her to send me to prison so easily. Okay. So tell me, Francisca, do you know all there is to know about the crime scene? I know I know all that is I need to know in order to arrest you. And nothing more? Are you saying there is more I need to know?
Why did you whip me, sir?
Sorry, Scruffy, my hand must have slipped. It would appear that Francisca doesn't have all the facts in this case yet. Okay, that looks like it might be the place to go ahead and look at it. What do you mean by scene? Please stop pretending you don't know. It's insulting. Obviously, I'm talking about how Mr. Hicks was seen calling for an attendant at 5 a.m. And then, from the time after that call until the body was found... Okay, yeah, so two back from here. Well, it's true I was in the lounge the whole time. That fact alone does not make me the criminal. Ooh, okay. Glad to hear her objections again. Ha! We'll see about that at the conclusion of the investigation. However, there's one thing that even you must admit at this time. This is unmistakably it. Okay, so the scene of the crime. Okay, so this is still a theoretical, but I think... Yeah, still a theoretical, but I'm pretty sure this will get us what we need. It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all. And what does that mean? I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. Ooh, music pickup. It's been a week, but I don't remember this theme. Is this a theme that goes through all of them? Whenever we're arguing or we're presenting evidence like this? The killer used a suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all. Ooh. Now who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions? Excuse me? All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove that the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose that suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. Avant Karma is perfect in every way. But did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point? As if there was proof of that. Where's the proof that the suitcase was moved around?
Shit. Is there... I don't think I have anything here that proves that there was turbulence or anything. Let's see it in the back of his head. Details, meals, movies, and other services. A souvenir picture? Did the killer take it? Oh, right. Well, the suitcase was moved because it smashed into the thing. Okay, hold on. That's going to be my main point of evidence. Hold on. It's the only thing I can think of right now.
Take that!
All it takes is one... Oh. 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 Oh, shit. Never mind. Okay, that was wrong. You're just an unforgiving whip snapper. Okay, never mind. Shit, that was wrong. The suitcase ended up in the flight... ended up in the in-flight shop, but where did it come from? The answer should become clear if I just think about the path the killer took. Looks like footprints in something... Oh, okay, well, damn, I just needed to read.
The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator?
Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. Where is the evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here? This, right?
Take that!
This mark here, would you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from 2 wheels?
I suppose.
Further, there's also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means that the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here.
I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else.
I'm glad you've come to your senses.
Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear, not by a long shot.
Okay, round 2. Part 2.
You prepared yourselves and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hits the turbulence, and then you waited for the victim in the lounge while you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit a patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from, and pretended it to be the discoverer of the body.
I'm so bad at, like, maintaining that French accent. Jeez. Because I don't know what a Germanic accent sounds like. Or, like, an English Germanic accent. Not a bad bit of logic for something you just thought of on the fly.
Just what are you insinuating?
That is, I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop. Okay. And
then, while you were in the elevator with the victim, the body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit the patch of turbulence and flew out the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from, and pretended to be the discoverer of the body. The logic is reasonably sound, and the large majority of it reflects the truth.
But there's one point about it that is not quite right.
I think it's that first part, isn't it?
You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit the turbulence. That's not right at all. It came out. The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared.
Evidence and logic. Essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master.
What if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix?
A fake?
This Captain Hugo piggy bank is such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon.
What?
The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important, and it was taken after the turbulence had occurred.
But then what about the blood from the bank? What do you make of that?
I assumed it was added to the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick up the bank from off the floor and took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage in my pocket, to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Mr. Ackby Hicks.
You there!
Yes, ma'am.
Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found?
We didn't find anything in the lounge or in the shop. That could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence, and the remaining items are tested negative for any traces of blood.
I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears that your stall tactics are at an end.
But it's possible that it's hidden somewhere, sir. Eek!
If this criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody claws. Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside the suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means that the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or is still at the real crime scene. Ooh. There's one more possibility.
And that would be?
That the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon.
But didn't we just...
Let me finish. The killer took the bank out of the display case before the turbulence, by opening the lock on the display case door. And it was at that time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say that a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see, so that means that the killer had the key to the display case.
Francisca, the person you're talking about.
Not so fast. I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricks the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. Speaking of which, I recall that you also wish to speak with her.
Yes.
Very well, permission granted, but only if I can sit in your interrogation. Do we understand each other?
I have no intention of interrogating her, but you are welcome to accompany me if you wish.
Miss Tenairo is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
Okay. I don't think there's much else. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much other evidence for me to be able to go ahead and take a look at here, so on we go! Anything suspicious that I can find in the room so far? Looks like there's treasure, or maybe art.
So you're the ones that poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that?
Miss Tenairo,
Ah, Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too.
can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did?
All right.
Hang on. What is all this junk inside these boxes? There's no rhyme or reason for any of it.
That's our lost and found, Mr. Edgeworth. Somebody lost all this treasure?
Gold crowns and swords and necklaces. It's like a treasure trove in here, sir. The fact that they were left on the plane implies that they were carried on to begin with. Something tells me it's time for GoU to send its metal detectors out for repairs. It's pretty easy to tell who sleeps in which bunk just by looking.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm almost certain that this well-kept one up top belongs to Miss Tenairo. Ew, this bottom one's a giant mess.
You sloven, squalid scoundrel of a man. You dare to scrutinize a woman's bed and invade her privacy?
Yo! There are some things in life best kept to yourself, detective.
Does Francisca also not clean her bed? Oh wait, I can move.
So these are the attendant's lockers. Let's hurry up and examine them, sir.
Why must men always be so rude? Besides, who exactly gave you permission to search through the attendant's lockers?
Wait, detective! It would be uncouth of us to look in a woman's locker without her permission. Yeah, I guess so. Plus, I feel like this murderous draft and I could sense a whip on not far behind.
Oh, that's the exit. Okay, never mind.
So then what's over here?
Miles Edgeworth, this isn't the time for you to... Wait, this is not... Wait, there is some things that you should be doing right now? Sad song? Oh god, please don't tell me, Ryuki. That's right. And how does that have anything to do with what's over there?
Nothing really.
If you already knew that, then why don't you hurry up with the interrogation already?
Uh-oh. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that?
Because I didn't think I'd be able to get his permission.
What do you mean?
The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken by Miss Millet. Yes, and on top of that, I had mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends. In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges. Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness. Miss Teneiro, is it? There is one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in an off-light shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well, why the sudden hesitation? Francisca seems to have struck a nerve. All I did was go check up on the shop like I always do. You're saying it was for work, then? Yes, I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes, I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell. Miss Teneiro claims to have no reason other than duty to go to the shop. But is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. If you could please... Pepper, you're sitting in front of the camera. You can't be there. Come on, you need to move. You can't be sitting up here on the desk like that. The pilot plays favoritism? Oh, yeah. And the messy one, no less. If you could please take a look at this for me, Miss Teneiro. Oh, that suitcase. Yes, about the suitcase. You were the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it? There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there? Would you please tell me more about this suitcase? Yes, well, I was interested in seeing how the suitcase I designed were selling. I know that as a service professional I'm not supposed to care, but I really wanted to know. I was glad to see that it was the last one on there. Wait, the last one? The last one? The last one there? Hang on a minute, something's not adding up. This math ain't mathing. So you're saying, Miss Teneiro, that the suitcase in question was the last one? Yes, they're just so popular, they're practically flying off the shelves. That's not exactly the impression I got. The one in the shop is most definitely the last one. Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase. Really? Then I guess we sold out all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one. I didn't say anything about buying it. Then say you'll buy it. I'm sorry, I can't. But why? I think it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you. I guarantee it personally as a service professional. Well, that is... How should I put this? It's hideous. Well, oh my god, Edgeworth! No holding back? Really? Damn, what the fuck? That's so rude. Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on, my issue with the suitcase isn't the design, it's the number of them remaining. Remaining? There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it. 2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only 1. Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only 1 suitcase left. Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, Miss Teneiro, what is one of those suitcases doing here? That's... I thought you said there was only 1 left. That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now. She's used it for a long time? I think not. It still has its tag on it. Miss Teneiro, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't lie to me. Excuse me? I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. What proves that this hasn't been used nearly as long as Miss Teneiro says? The price tag! Tell me, Miss Teneiro, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase? What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase? Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears.
The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Uh-oh.
Miss Tenero, I think I understand. I know what you're trying to hide.
Now then, this suitcase was originally in... Seeing as how the price tag is still on the suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who brought this suitcase was... It was either her or the guy.
Take that!
It was you, wasn't it, Miss Tenero? 1,200 for a suitcase? That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, it's got a unique design. Like, I know what the sales pitch is here. It's like, oh, it's a you-go only specific air design crew, handcrafted and created by one of our local flight attendants. This is a one-of-a-kind, limited-time brand access. Only on this flight. So if you want to go ahead and buy this one-of-a-kind brand deal, go ahead and buy it now today. They're flying off the shelves, so definitely go ahead and make your purchase now. That's how I would go ahead and pitch something like that because, well, I don't think the design alone is going to sell it. So I think what probably would sell it for most people is the idea that it's limited time, one of a kind, only on this airplane flight. I hate to say this, but the suitcase that you designed, it hasn't sold very well, has it? Oh man, that's so sad. You saw how poorly the design that you poured your heart into was selling, and were deeply hurt. And that's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right?
Then the reason you were hiding, you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. I thought that maybe I finally had accomplished something.
But the suitcase didn't sell.
It's because of the design, isn't it? All because it's, as you put it, hideous.
I can't say that they chose a great place in which to sell them either.
They weren't selling a single one, and they were just sitting there collecting dust. I felt so bad seeing them there, day in, day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked.
You buy one every single time that you work a flight?
I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here's my receipt for the purchase.
This receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 a.m. Wow.
The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. I'm planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight.
Miss Tenero, where are those other suitcases?
They should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used
could very well have come from the very cargo hold.
Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases to...
Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body.
Oh! How could they? Suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips. That's all I've ever wished for them to be.
Miss Tenero, is there any other way to get into the cargo hold other than the elevator?
The only other way is just through the door there.
And what about security?
That door has no special locks installed because, just to enter this room, you need a special key card only a few crew members have access to.
Which means that the culprit is someone who can enter this room. Okay, I think this still lends some credence to my idea that it could be Miss Melee. However you're supposed to say her name. I'm still under the pretense that she is supposed to be a pun on the word for melee or melee of some kind. And she's the one who killed our guy. For what reason, though, I still don't have a motive. Eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects.
I can't believe it.
Yes, Francisca?
Going on these wild goose chases, you're such a disgrace to the Von Karma name.
And what do you mean by that?
The suitcase came from the cargo hold. The fact alone tells the whole story.
Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be a crew member who used their key card.
Miles Edgeworth, you're proposing that the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct?
Yes, that's the only realistic possibility.
The other attendant, Miss Millet, I asked her earlier and she had this to say.
Francisca got information out of Miss Millet?
In order to make the elevator go down the cargo hold, a different key card is required.
A different one?
Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Tenero, and only you.
Ah! What? Is this true, Miss Tenero?
Yes, I keep that key card in my locker at all times. In the locker, huh?
Could you please show us the card right now?
Yes, hold on. Ah, I don't believe it.
Is it missing? What's wrong?
The keycard, it's gone.
Okay. So,
Ha ha ha. Very clever. Pretending your card was stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us.
you really thought this through.
Wait, it's not like that.
You can tell us.
Wait, you can tell us about it, what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh no, they really...
What's wrong? This is disbelief written all over your face.
Francisca, I know that you are the lead investigator on this case. However...
Hold it. Don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if this isn't a courtroom, the basic tenet still applies.
Very well.
I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth?
I intend to do likewise. Oh shit, to be continued? Alright. Alright, I gotta clear her name. Miss Tenero. You don't belong in the precinct or a jail cell, and I will prove it. Wow, so this is the cargo hold, huh?
Oh, Edgeworth,
Gumshoe. It's so big! Oh my god. This plane is a special model. It has both super large cargo hold and ultra luxurious first class seating.
So this is a real scene of the murder.
There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Alright, time to do what the game suggests. Investigate. All sorts of boxes are piled up here. This one says flammable, and this one says pharmaceuticals. This one says for exorcism use only. Just what kind of operation is this airline running? Okay, hang on. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew. It sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir. By the look in his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours his on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. Oh, Gumshoe. You poor goober. I didn't know that this plane was capable of carrying such large pieces of cargo. This thing's as tall as two of you on top of each other, sir. It would probably take 20 of you to cover the entire surface of this monstrosity. Wait, really? Yeah, I guess that sounds about right. There's really no need to take that throwaway estimation seriously, Detective. I wonder... Okay, hang on. Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth! It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase fair! These must be all that's left over. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Oh, that's autoplay, okay. The ones from the company is planning to dispose of after the flight is over. This paint job is really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness. You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200? I think I'll pass. And Miss Tenero wonders why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. Although, it definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? A bunch of glass fragments. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Glass? I think I might have found a connection. I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses. And the victim was wearing such a pair of glasses. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that these shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glass lenses. Ergo, the victim was here, just as I suspected. So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? Oh, is it? I didn't know. Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. Okay, hang on. So yeah, we've investigated that, and as far as I'm aware, let's talk a little bit.
The cargo hold is really big. I can't believe they can fit stuff like that in here.
Detective, what are you going on about? We're in the middle of an investigation here.
Whoa, stuff's falling on me.
Huh, I can't really get into my work without something happening first.
Well, let's get this show on the road.
So which item do you want to start on? In this world, there are those who are masochistic and those... and then there's Gumshoe. What the hell? So that flight attendant, Rhoda Tenero, she's the killer, isn't she? I don't think we can say for sure yet. But there certainly are a great number of things pointing us in that direction.
You mean like how she didn't tell us about her buying her own suitcases?
Yes, however, in regard to the keycard being stolen, I can't seem to find any evidence that she's lying about that. Oh, you're so right! I can flex my badge! I didn't think I did that yet! Oh, what the heck? Oops, wrong one.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. I think something just fell out of your pocket.
What are you...
Yeah. So, did something fall out or not? I didn't get a good look, sir.
It doesn't concern you, so don't worry about it. My prosecutor's badge of all things, Gumshoe must never know that I dropped it. Ah, okay, that's cute. I like that. Good call, Riki. I like that. That was a cute interaction.
Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal?
It's what the victim checked in, sir. So this suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we took a closer look. There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir. Wait, a file?
And there's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir.
It looks like a profile on Francisca. Why did Mr. Hicks have a document on Francisca in his possessions? That is weird. Why would Hicks have a file on her? Well, if there's anybody here worth speaking to it about. You arrived on the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And then you immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you're already here at this airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was. I've been following a very large and involved governmental-level international crime, but it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. Wow! Okay. Interpol's involved. It's a top-secret operation, so I can't tell you any more than I already have. Okay, well, there's something I'd like to see if you can give me some more information on. Oh, wait, do I not have... Oh, I guess I don't have it. So I guess it's time I make a connection. Perhaps? Could it be? Yes, it would seem so. Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Francisca?
Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir.
Francisca said that she had come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard that she was coming here and followed her. Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was, in actuality, an Interpol agent Hicks. I think Francisca had some explaining to do. Well, Francisca? You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense! What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you in the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks, isn't that correct? I should have known you'd figured it out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. So you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then, huh? Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. They were smuggling on this plane? What? He went undercover to investigate this crime, and it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his phone call once he landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. I think we now have pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold.
Well, what was he doing down here, sir?
There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it. Ow! Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason, of that I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Francisca, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue his investigation? No, unfortunately I was going to find out from him after he landed. I see, but this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. And yes, and he was murdered here. These glass fragments of his broken glasses are a testament to that. And then the killer put Agent Hicks onto one of the spare suitcases and
They entered the elevator.
they entered the elevator. But while they were riding up to it, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of this intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks's body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Progress. I need to clear Miss Tenero.
I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is in that stage.
What? Really, sir?
I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Tanairo.
Oh shit, we've gotta argue it.
If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is the keycard that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tanairo. I'd say that is a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you?
I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. God damn it, I've got to clear her name. Okay. The point is to keep in mind that the keycards allow the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tanairo. Shh, there's not a single flaw in Francisca's reasoning. However, there must be something I can work with that I can draw out of her. So yeah, I've got to press.
Hold it!
That might be true, but then it could be anyone, including Miss Millet or even the captain.
Don't be a fool. A plane without a pilot in the cockpit is like a horse without a rider, crop in hand, much like Scruffy over there.
I can't disagree with her on that. Detective Gumshoe does always need a guiding hand. Very well. Then what about the other flight attendant, Miss Millet?
Huh, I thought you might ask about her.
Hold it!
But it's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Miss Teneiro.
It's highly likely. Is that possibility the best that you can come up with? And you call yourself a disciple of my father?
Yark! Yes, well, while I don't have any evidence,
Be quiet, you're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Teneiro, you know. It's not just the keycards that gives her away.
Are you talking about the murder weapon that the Captain Hugo piggyback?
What the fuck?
Why would you do that? Also, welcome in, Christ. You've made it just in, well, I'm not quite sure. I don't think we're at a climax yet. I think we're fighting for Miss Teneiro here. I'm hoping to go ahead and prove her innocence, hopefully. But we did find Francisca, so I'm very happy that we've gone ahead and met up with her again.
Yes, she is also the only person with the key to open the display case.
Further, there's a matter of the key to the display murderous bank. But that is a fake. Oh,
Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it is a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go?
oof.
Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed.
There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule the piggy bank out as a murder weapon. What should be examined further to help us ascertain the authenticity of the weapon? What the hell could it be? Why do you stream so early? I have to stream early on these days because of, like, I have to go to work later, which means either I stream super duper late, which means that on certain weeks, I stream while you're at work, and I also know that you're a known narcolept, or I have to stream kind of early, so that way I can get some time in before I go to work. So let me see. We either examine the body. I don't know if there's anything worth examining left on the piggy bank now. Or the crime scene. That we couldn't find anything on the crime scene. So the body? What should we examine further to help us ascertain the authenticity of the weapon? Agent Hicks. I think we know what we need to hear. In this picture, it's missing its little hat, which means that it fell out at some point or was taken. I think we've got everything from the piggy bank, but maybe there's something more to it because it's got its little hat still missing. I don't think there's anything left with the crime scene, so I'm left with two options I'm willing to bet on. I think there's got to be something more to the body. Francesca, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. How's investigations been so far? It's fun. I love it. I love being able to jump back into the world of Ace Attorney and be able to go and tackle it at a different angle as Miles. So I've been waiting on it. I've been really, really excited to be able to hop back into the game and like see what they're all about. And so whatever excuse I have to be able to hop back into Ace Attorney, outside of the fact that I like to give some time before I go ahead and play onto some of these new games, like it feels great to be able to be back. What was the victim's cause of death? Do we know that? Actually, hang on. Is there a profile on here? It's first class like myself, Interpol agent, in exchange in a smuggling case. Okay, it doesn't say specifically. Does it say on here? Crime scene. This is the crime scene notes. Do we have an we don't have an autopsy, do we? Yeah, I don't think we don't know what killed him just yet, and I don't think we can tell just yet by the way that the picture looks either. We just know that he was smacked upside the back of the head. My original assumption was that while he was in here, the thing like bounced around and it smacked him in the head, but that seems to not be the case. Oh, was I? Yes, we don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see? If the wound on Agent Hicks's head is consistent with the murder weapon... Scruffy!
Yes, sir.
Contact the medical examiner office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks's autopsy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we were able to put a pause on it for now. How long are we going to wait, though?
We've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Huh?
What is it, detective?
They're still doing the autopsy, but they say that they already know this one thing for sure.
Report, now.
The doc said that it's one gigantic bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. A beating? A beating? From his shoulder to his mid-back? So it's not a smack on the head, but a beating? What the hell could have it been? I don't think these suitcases are heavy enough to like leave like a beating bruise mark of some kind. What? So we still don't know what the murder weapon is yet, do we? From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back. He was beaten over such a wide area? Well, I'd say maybe it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Mr. Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all over and hit him multiple times, sir. Instantaneous death resulting from a blow to the back of the head, bruising head to mid-back. Scruffy, what is had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean? Well, that's, Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with a murder weapon, detective? Oh, well, they said that they're still looking into that, sir. So it's uncertain. You're completely useless!
Yo!
So we don't know. Sir, I told you already. You can't go down there. Oh, okay, hold on.
No, you remove yourself from my way.
What is all that racket? I can imagine. Damn, they're chesting up?
My luggage, my cargo, they're mine, and I demand you return them to me.
They're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have little patience.
I suppose there is no choice.
Finally, I think he gave... Hey, what are you...
You have left me no choice but to use strong force. Ah!
Wait! Wait, no, hang on. Hold on. I just got hit with a potential epiphany. I might be wrong, though. Maybe he was pushed or fell down the stairs. But I don't think the wound would be consistent all throughout his back. I feel like he would roll over and hit a couple of times like around his body. Oh, what the? What? This is... Wait, that's it. So that's what this whole thing's been about. Further, there is a match of the key to the display case with the murderous bank. Is there some way for me to prove that this isn't the real murder weapon? What? What? Came up empty-handed. Nobody could find anything that could be considered the real weapon of... Whoa! I remember 4 things about this turnabout. Zinc LeBlanc, let's go. You like this guy? Crest, you like this guy? He's been such an annoyance, like, this whole time that we've, like, interacted with him at all. He's been so annoying. He's kind of fun to voice, especially whenever he's using his, like, weird wingding language, his Borginian language, and, like, we don't understand it at all. But it's so, like, he's just been an annoyance. Okay, another piece of evidence. The dog said that his one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. Oof, ow. Nobody could find anything that could be considered the real weapon in the hold. As if it's severely beaten. Nobody could find anything that could be considered the real weapon in the hold. Extensive bruising. So I think these two might be the... I need a connection to prove what the weapon... Oh shit, no, it's not that one. Pieces don't fit together quite right. Okay, hang on. The weapon couldn't be found. Trail of an international smuggling ring. Nobody could find anything that could be considered the real weapon in the hold. What could it be? Is it these two? Extensive bruising from the back of his head down to mid-back is severely beaten. Nobody could find anything that could be considered the real weapon in the hold. Cause of death, weapon couldn't be found. Because I feel like, I might be wrong in my presumption here, but my assumption is that I have to find what the weapon is so that way I can prove that the piggy bank isn't the murder weapon. So it's got to be a combination of these other 3. No, it's not. Okay. Those don't quite fit either. He's so funny. Borginia mentioned. Out of the 4 things LeBlanc and this discovery are 2 of them. Okay. Some way to me to prove that this isn't the real murder weapon. So it's possible then. Oh, no. I still have one more connection I think I can make with these 2. Between the 3 at least that I'm looking to go ahead and do. No, it's not. Okay, wait, so... It's the bank. The bank has to be done somewhere here. Oh no, LeBlanc has fallen? Oh well, back to the crime scene. Yeah, we can forget about that guy. So... Is it possible for someone to prove that this isn't the real murder weapon? Is this the smuggle? It can't be. I feel like there's something else. My assumption for the smuggle is that Agent Hicks took a picture with the thing that was being smuggled, which was the statue. That's my assumption. And I think that statue is here. Or something's going on with it. Nobody could find anything that could be considered the real weapon in the hold. Shit, okay, hang on. Chat, my stupidity's starting to show because I'm starting to wonder. Because I don't think this is the cause of death. It's because I have to prove that this isn't the real murder weapon. This is the red herring. So that means that at least narrows it down to these 2 that it could be. It could be the thing that's being smuggled, whether it's money or a piece of art or something, but I don't think that's the case either since even Miss Tenairo said that this was a thing that they were selling, so I guess these 2? No, that's not it either. What? Oh man, I'm so off base in everything that I've come up with so far. So I did these 2. I did these 2. And I also did these 2. So it's none of a combination of these 3 so far. And it's not this or this. So is it that it... Oh, whoa. So is it this? Because I don't think it's the cause of death. That's not it either? What? Oh no. Wait, I've been so wrong. What? Oh no, my stupidity's showing. Is it the cause of death? It can't be. I'm trying to prove that it isn't. Unless it's something else. What? So I did these 2 and I did these 2 as well. And hold on, am I missing a combination that I didn't try? Because I don't think it can be. As if severely beaten. The weapon couldn't be found. Hold on. I guess there's only one other thing I haven't tried yet. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there is extensive bruising over such a wide area. But is this really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of the back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused... Oh, okay, I could have used it to prove that it wasn't. I thought it was... Okay. I thought that through looking at it, it would have proved that it had some connection to it, but I guess the connection is rather that there is no connection. I overthought it. Okay. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. Okay, that's right. An unusually large area of bruising suggests that there was a very large weapon that was used. There we go. The pieces are starting to fit. If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally, it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here? Francisca. What do you want? I found it, Francisca. I found the real murder weapon. You did? He really jumped. He didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time. He might be hurt. We should go check on him, sirs. That's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop the habit. This is coming from a prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence. You two aren't listening at all, are you? Come on then, show me the real murder weapon that you speak of. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. What do you mean I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused Agent Hicks's death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I figured out what was the real cause of his death. Free falling. The victim fell from a great height subsequently died as a result. Logic: piggy bank can't lacerate your entire body. Yeah, that's fair. I was under the guise there, but I didn't think that I thought I had it backwards in a sense. I thought that by using the other pieces of evidence that I was trying to piece together in logic, that thereby I would find the thing that killed Agent Hicks, and I could disprove that the piggy bank was the murder weapon. Rather, it was the backwards where I had to prove that the piggy bank was not the murder weapon through the gash and all the rest of the stuff that was found on his body, thereby eliminating it immediately. I thought it was going to be the last thing I eliminated rather than the first. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground. He... fell to his death? Yes, this is the only plausible possibility. The victim has extensive bruising on his back on the back of his head and his back. And the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane. I know. Are you claiming that there is some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold. What? Then we're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sir. Hey, you! Tell me you aren't dead, pal. Quiet. Why are you screaming? He's alive. And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What is that supposed to mean? Suppose that large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then? It would have been a Borginian pancake for sure, pal. A Borginian pancake? What the hell, Gumshoe? I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality is that cargo box is there. So there's no point entertaining your wild hypothetical scenario.
It may be there now, but there's no proof that it was there, that it was always there.
Ha! As if there could have been a window of time when a giant box was not there.
Ah, but there was. What? What can I use to show her that it's possible that the box was not always there as it was now? Hmm? Add to mid-back. World famous export of Virginia. Beautiful pattern has been soiled by blood. It's found inside. Very high likely the killer got it from the cargo hold. Mr. Acme Hicks was deceived when we took off again at 5 a.m. Made a brief stop from 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. The cargo...
Take that!
You refueled at the Republic of Zhengfa?
Yes, this flight had a short layover in Zhengfa in order to refuel. That wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question.
Ah, it's labeled Zhengfa Express.
Wait, where does it say that?
Oh, the one on the left. Okay, I see it. Oh my god, that's right.
Correct, meaning it was loaded onto the plane in the Zhengfa. Oh my god. Cargo from Zhengfa data jotted down in my organizer. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo during the Europe-Zhengfa leg of the flight, making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible.
Ah, but your theory is still very far-fetched.
Then allow me to take a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. My first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Okay, well, I guess we're investigating. Continue the investigation. So, this is a rather large piece of cargo. There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see, Aleph Red Statue? Never heard of it. Alright, but all I care about is if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime. Then let's get investigating, sir.
Oh shit, there he goes again, speaking in his fucking wingdings again. Okay, what is it? Goat, scissors, Metroid, wheat, leaf, question mark, water droplet, cockroach, Kamehameha, Hadoken, praying emoji.
Oh? Look here! Do not go touching about my possessions without my permission! Ah! Don't go rushing up on me like that, pal! So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, does it? I should see what else I can find out from him.
Okay, well, I have a theory. Is this the alleged red statue?
Look! Oh shit, okay, I can't touch it. Whoops, I have to talk to him first. I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc. Of course it is mine. I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. This Aleph Red statue is worth 10 million cents. No, maybe much, much more. Mr. LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been a large cargo hold. 10 million cents? I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes, Detective. Darn, how did you know that? I feel like you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year. Though I grow with each revolution of this planet around the sun. I have the distinct impression he continues to madly spin in place. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, so that 10 million cents, is that in euros or in dollars? Does it really make a difference in our case? Mr. LeBlanc, there is a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I wonder if you would allow me to examine it a bit closer. It is a very valuable piece of art, so no, there will be no touching. Well, Mr. LeBlanc, may I present something and see? Okay. Wait, he wants me to pay him before he'll comment on this? Okay, I was wondering if we could get some more... It was loaded on board during the refueling between 4 and 5. Oh, no, this is the wrong thing. Okay, hang on. I might need to make a connection, but I was hoping I can get some more information out of something first. Okay. So then let's go ahead and see if we can't make a connection then. There might be...
But finally, I think I might have gotten the last piece of evidence that I needed. If Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring, then it's possible this fake statue was brought on board in Shangfa. I think I need to question him a little bit further. Well, Mr. LeBlanc, we might have put an end to that rambling ring of yours. I'm surprised they haven't arrested LeBlanc for trespassing on the crime scene. He's done it in multiple instances, but I guess because he's a very rich individual and because he's got quite the language to him, that he can get away with a couple things. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc, I wonder if it might be fake.
What? How dare you say my art is fake?
I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring.
Don't you say such fantastical things. The thieves would not dare. I have the certification of my cargo right here.
Do you mean the cargo certification? Oh, hold on. I think I accidentally gave her the bitch. Do you mean the cargo certification document?
Mr. Zinc LeBlanc, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. I can't read this. What does it say?
It says as plain as day, the cargo was put onto the plane in Europe.
And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. This statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in the certificate.
No, that's...
Which means that there was never going to be a window of time in which the statue wasn't sitting here. Borginian. He can get away with it because he's the goat? He speaks in goat, or like, I know that's one of the emojis he uses to speak. I respectfully disagree. We can't discuss the theory until I see the statue for myself.
Humph, then you can have your wish. Look at it yourself. Wait, look at it yourself and see I am right. This, I know I've seen this somewhere before.
This is the Aleph Red? It gives us such a feeling of art. I can practically smell it.
This statue has a high amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at a museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it.
I believe a closer look is warranted here. So this is the infamous Aleph Red statue? But it doesn't have the red eyes. It's a fake. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something? There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it more in detail. Yes, sir. It's the eyes. Are these eyes made from some sort of gem? That's a real nice shade of orange. For a second, I couldn't even tell that they were jewels. Oh, but they kind of remind me of the eyes of this stray cat that lives near my house. Are the eyes supposed to be in this color? Is it possible the statue's a fake? Very much so. Deduce. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence that I hold? Very much so. I know it is. Eureka! Those eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Yeah, pretty. They remind me of the sunsets whenever I was in grade school, sir. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, I do. But it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember standing out in the field, spinning with my arms out until I felt ill. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Huh? Ah, sir, they're red! As I thought, this statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc.
What do you want? Do you not know I am a busy man? I allow you 2 seconds for your answer.
The Aleph Red. I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not?
It is the biggest trophy of this European trip. Do you know what I wanted? Do you know why I wanted to possess this statue? The trigger started 17 years ago.
Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like it's going to be a long story. Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you that you have my heartfelt sympathy, but...
What is it? Sympathy? For what?
You'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes.
That large fellow there has bright and pretty eyes compared to you. I wasn't talking about the two of us.
I meant the eyes of the statue in front of us and the one in this photo.
Why the sudden yelling? Now then. Oh? Is this a photo of the statue on display at the museum in Europe?
Oh! Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake.
Fake?
I believe that even further examination will be required. Now that we have confirmation that this is indeed a fake, there must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Shangfa. And I will present to you evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. Shangfa. Oh, could it be this? Could it be this? That shows that it was placed on top after the Shangfa? But how do I prove that? Because I don't think there's anything else here that proves it, like, on top of the statue. My assumption is this. Is the spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? I'm going under the guise that... let alone 10 million. Proof that the statue was loaded on board in Europe. What could it be? My assumption is that it was... Do we not still have the piece of evidence? Okay, it's this. The cargo from Shangfa was loaded on board during the refueling between 4 and 5 a.m. the transfer point. Hey, Seabass, welcome in. What's up? How you doing, Seabass? How you hanging from the last time that we spoke? I've been like peeping the chat every once in a while, and kind of just keeping up with things by being a ghost in the Discord. On our end, we're investigating. We're trying to get this stuff figured out. I've got to prove a woman's innocence, that she helped me out by proving my innocence. So I think I've made my connection. There's clearly a Oh, hold on. Francesca, I think you might have just spoke it out for me.
Ah, that's not possible.
But it is. It shouldn't be this way. But the statue is on top of the claw. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Shangfa, there is no other way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Shangfa.
But then what about the cargo certificate?
Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There is only one other reason why, to secure proof of the smuggling activity on board the flight.
So you say, but I don't believe he had to do it mid-flight. We could have just easily inspected all of the cargo and after the plane landed.
That may be true, however, you have it backwards, Francesca. Sure, Agent Higgs could have waited until after the plane had landed. Busy like normal? Bro, how did Streamlabs win? I wanted that star? Damn, rip. I'm sorry to say, Seabass, but just, wait, hold on. If you do exclamation mark jump, does it make everybody jump? I thought it was only your, like, the character that you picked. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I guess he kind of just got skill issued. Either that or Streamlabs is, like, actually a bot that plays the game too. Weird. But he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose that he had found the fake at the airport, it would have been after the swap had occurred. After that time, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner. We would have no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge, which means there is someone involved who is forging or modifying cargo certificates. So it is a fake. I gotcha. There we go, investigation complete, we're getting somewhere. But now what? We still don't have a person of interest. I have my suspicion that it's still Miss Malay, because I'm under the idea that she... Actually, no, I think my original idea still kind of falls flat. I don't know why, but I also don't know who it could be now. If it's not Mr. LeBlanc, because he's also a victim in this, we're trying to disprove that it could be Miss Tanairo. Obviously, it wasn't us. It could be someone else that we don't know that was on the plane. And the only other person I think that we know of for certain, like character-wise, is Miss Malay. How do I say her name? Crust or anybody else who's played this game? How is it said? Is it Miss Malay, Miss Mealy, Miss? I think when I first last time that we played this, I called her Miss Meal. I'm not quite sure. My assumption was that if it's meal, it's supposed to have something to do with food, but that doesn't seem to be right. And when I swapped it up to Miss Malay or Miss Mealy this time around, that it was supposed to be a pun on like melee or like something like that, and so I wasn't sure, but that's what I went with this time around. Victim. I guess the victim knew the real version of this was going to get nabbed. Oh, I guess the victim knew the real version of this was going to get nabbed, huh? Yes, well, this photo could have been as nothing more as a simple souvenir. It was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold, a rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board.
A photo's a hold? Fishing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Zhengfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler.
Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zhengfa leg of the trip, there would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death.
Officer, move this statue immediately. I want thorough examination of the floor underneath, now!
Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After moving the Aleph-Red statue out of the way, we tested the area under it with luminol, and there was a reaction. Ooh, oh wait, isn't that what, that's what, oh shoot, I'm blanking. Shit. Emma, that's what Emma, isn't that what Emma gave us back in what is it? Rise from the Ashes. Yeah, Emma. Oh, that's so cool. I don't know if it's specifically like a reference back to Emma, because I think she just said that it was something that they used in investigations and stuff. She just had it because she was a dork for forensics and that kind of stuff. But that's so cool. Or like I'm glad I can make a connection like that after having played these games before. I called her Melee like Smash Bros. Melee. Okay, yeah, I hear you. So that's what I was assuming, and that's where I was trying to build my I guess like my thought up scenario. There it is.
I see. Oh, I see. There was a reaction to the luminol, an indication that there was blood in that spot.
Can we stop looking at it now, Mrs.?
Owie, what the fuck? Luminol's real? Yeah, I wasn't saying that it was fake. I was just saying that like that Emma had it because like she was a dork for that kind of stuff, but it was something that was used in forensics. I know it's real. I know it is. I don't think I ever said that it wasn't.
It would seem my deductions were correct after all.
I suppose it would appear that way.
The culprit cleaned the blood up well.
And how do you think the killer did that?
How did the killer clean up all the blood? Well, is that not with the blood-splattered Borginian tarp? The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean this mess.
I see. Then they had the need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zhengfa.
Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover. So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zhengfa? There's no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. But if that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. If the murder occurred before we landed in Zhengfa, then this becomes highly suspect.
Wait, hold on. I remember reading this earlier. That does put something into question. Where is it? Mr. Ackby's Hicks was in his seat when we took off again at 5. If this happened before we landed in Zhengfa... Is she the killer? Why did you say it was... I said it was a reference back to Emma, or like talking about the luminol stuff, because that's how I remembered it, because we used it in a sense that way during the Rise from the Ashes story. Back when we were trying to figure out a whole bunch of stuff, Emma gave us that stuff and we used it on certain areas, and we found like traces of blood and like the police locker room and all that stuff. And in some other places as well, I think, like whenever we finally got into Gant's office. But yeah, that's what I was referring back to when I said a reference. I wasn't saying that luminol was like a reference to something else.
Recall Miss Melee's testimony about Agent Hicks in regard to when we departed Zhengfa.
I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know.
She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but that totally contradicts the facts, sir.
But why would she lie about something like that?
I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Melee herself.
Oh shit, off to the next to be continued? Alright. Damn, this quest is long. We've gone through like 3 to be continued. It's only the second one. How many quests are in this game? Okay, we've got them both back. Nice. Okay. Miss Melee.
Miss Melee!
Huh?
Do you recall what you said earlier about when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Zhengfa?
Huh?
You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting in his seat at the time.
However, that is simply... Ow! Not... What the... Ah, fuck. Okay, are you guys saying something? Her name is upon of... Chamomile? I'm not sure how that's pronounced. I'm gonna say it's chamomile. Chamomile? 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 Mamile? Chamomile? I'm gonna need someone to give me the proper pronunciation because I'm gonna pronounce that wrong. The sleepy kind? Chamomile. Chamomile. Oh, chamomile. Oh, okay. Chamomile. Got it. Okay. Chamomile. Okay. That's where the pun is. Okay, that one flew over my head really bad. Oh, we're at the climax now. Okay, so we're reaching our conclusion, and I guess we'll go ahead and pin our suspect, which I think we might have her right in front of us. Unless they're gonna throw her like a curveball and out of nowhere, somebody else. Okay, chamomile. So it is meal then. However, that is simply not possible, because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Shangfa. Oh? Miss Chamomile. Maybe I didn't see what I thought I did. No one could make a mistake so large, Miss Meal. But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time. No. This is going nowhere. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction. Very well, Miss Meal. If you please, tell me about your alibi during the time span. From just before we were to land at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. when the body was found. Are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth? Okay, we're getting somewhere. I didn't get it either? Okay, well, I'm glad. See, like, I wasn't sure how, like, where the pun lied. Yeah. From 3 to 4, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. Is that it? Oh, yeah. And from 5 to 6, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. From 3 to 6, what? How is a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? Miss Meal, wake up! She fell asleep again. It looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to keep pressing. So from 3 to 6, she was in the flight attendant's room? Okay. No. I guess we'll start from beginning to end. Miss Meal, wake up. I'm awake. Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you do something about this flight attendant this instant. Why ask me to wake her up when you can finally put that whip to an appropriate use? Okay, let's go ahead and keep pressing then. If I remember correctly, food was being served in first class at the lounge between the hours of 3 and 4 a.m. Yeah, but that kind of stuff's run by Miss Rhoda. Then what were you doing in the attendance room at that time? Eating and then having most delicious dream. You mean you were neglecting your duties? No way, sleeping's part of our job too, you know. She's such a fucking goober. But is she a goober capable of murder? Miss Mealy, how many times do I have to repeat myself? Wake up! I'm awake. Ouch! What did you whip me for, sir? Oh, what did I miss? A poor detective on the receiving end of a lash in your stead. Really? Sorry about that. You can make amends for that by continuing with your testimony.
Hold it!
Okay. So you were alone the entire time, were you? Yeah, no one else even popped their head in to say hi. Hey, no, that's wrong. Didn't... This, at some time between 4 and 5, wasn't Miss Teneiro in there? She said that she went in there at some point to go put her suitcase up or something, didn't she? Yeah, right here, the suitcase receipt, okay. No one else even popped their head in to say hi. Oh, well, I think of a contradiction just popped up to say hi. What should I do? Should I raise an objection? I think we should. Miss Millay, there's a clear contradiction embedded. Oh wait, hold on. It's Meal. I'm so used to calling her Millay. Miss Meal, there's a clear contradiction embedded in your testimony. Huh? What are you talking about? It's not possible that you were alone in the attendance room the whole time from 5 to 6 a.m. Yes. Take that! Yeah, poor Gumshoe. Poor fella just has to be on the receiving end of everything. Whether it's losing funds because he got some information wrong, the end of a whip. Poor Gumshoe. I wonder if you would be so kind as to take a look at this receipt, Miss Meal.
Huh? A receipt? For what?
It's for the suitcase Miss Tenneiro bought. Now, if I may direct your attention to the timestamp. As you can see, it clearly says 5:40 a.m., Miss Tenneiro. Yes.
Huh? Why is the killer here? I thought you'd locked her up for
By now. I requested that she be present as a witness so that we may straighten out your complex lie. Ooh, okay, hold on. The music's picking up. Now then, Miss Tenneiro, between those hours of 5 and 6 a.m., you took a trip from first class down to the first floor in-flight shop, correct?
Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase. After which I went straight to the attendant's room to drop it off.
And did you see Miss Meal there at that time?
No.
So, Miss Meal, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m.? Ooh. Miss Cammy Meal.
Huh? The bathroom?
I'll be the one to ask the questions here.
Yeah, maybe that's it. I probably just missed her. Nature calls, you know.
Do you take me for a fool? That's a little too convenient to be true.
But it's the truth. Cross my heart.
I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage.
You don't believe me, do you? But please, won't you give me a chance and hear me out?
Okay, keep it going. Nothing conclusive yet.
Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew. But you think that maybe shouldn't you also suspect Miss Rhoda too? She's the one in charge of the elevator key and the shop, you know? If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious.
Please leave Miss Tenneiro out of the conversation. Only you are under suspicion for now.
I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you've got your eye on Miss Rhoda.
Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. I can very well let her escape, can I?
Never mind. You want to know something? Miss Rhoda actually kind of like... I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate my sense of design.
Oh, that's very interesting. Now's not the time for this sort of talk. Okay. Hey, hold on. I'm making a habit out of something, and that's going through each individual spot so that way I can be able to come back to it later without, and like skip it a little bit. Oh, whoops. Okay. So from the top. No, it's not the only reason I have for suspecting you. Your statements regarding Mr. Hicks also turned out to be a bunch of lies.
But say I wasn't an attendant. You wouldn't suspect me then, would you?
Yes, I suppose that's true enough.
What the hell kind of a defense is that?
She's already being detained for further questioning, or have you already forgotten?
Oh, yeah, I guess I just forgot.
Cammy, don't tell me you suspect me too.
Sorry, can't help it. I mean, other than you, there's no one else who could have done it.
I can't believe you would think that. I mean, me? A killer? Miss Meal, what did you mean just now by no one else could have done it? Okay. And what are you in charge of, Miss Meal?
I take care of the attendance room.
That doesn't count.
But I spend so much time in there. I might as well be my responsibility. Mr. Edgeworth Cammy is very talented in languages.
Is that so? Especially those who speak Borginian. She's the only one in the flight who's fluent.
Oh, you mean that kind of what if I in charge of? Why didn't you say so in the first place?
What else could I have meant?
Yeah, so I'm really good at Borginian.
She's fluent in Borginian? And I suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Borginian?
Yeah, I take care of anything that has to do with Borginian.
Very interesting. Actually, your on-the-job behavior makes you super suspicious in my eyes.
Huh? But why?
While Miss Tenneiro is busy with the passengers and all her other duties, you have a lot of free time on your hands, thus proving you with ample time to commit the crime.
Oh, whoa. Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you cease and desist in the line of conjectural questioning. I won't allow you to bluff your way through like the certain defense lawyer.
But I do not, I do not honestly believe Miss Meal does any actual work aboard the flight.
Well, that's not true, Mr. Edgeworth. Although, well... Ah, wait. Okay, so that was new.
So what exactly do you do as the one in charge of some Borginian stuff?
I do stuff like translate things from and into Borginian.
Cammy's the only member of the crew who understands Borginian, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Meal, I take it then that that is your job to process all the Borginian paperwork?
Yeah, see, I totally pull my weight around here.
So it would appear. Perhaps I should ask her for a few more details about her work and... Miss Meal, it's very unladylike to push suspicion onto someone else.
That's not what I'm doing at all. I'm just saying that Miss Rhoda is very Is this a localization thing? I was not expecting to see that in an Ace Attorney game. I guess they do try to keep up with the languages of the time then, huh? I'm just saying that Miss Rhoda is very sus.
There you go, pushing everything onto her again.
I don't get what you're saying. It must be a really abstract concept, huh?
The only thing abstract here is the landscape inside your head.
Okay. If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious. All I'm in charge of is the attendance room and some Virginian stuff. Is that so? Photo of Mr. Hicks. There is a missing cell phone still, which I think would prove a lot if we could go ahead and find it. There's the Borginian cloth. So then can we... Yep, sus. I was not expecting to see sus in an Ace Attorney game.
So, you're the only one in this flight crew that speaks Borginian. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. I studied abroad in Virginia for a while.
If that's the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it?
Oh?
This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose: to lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Virginia is you, Miss Meal.
Damn, does she not have like a shocked face or anything?
Without your participation, the smuggling of the Aleph Red could not have occurred.
Damn, she does not give a fuck at all.
Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you.
Oh, hold on. Shift in attitude. Oh, I wouldn't dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why, blowing bubbles? That is exactly as you say.
Are you confessing to having participated in the smuggling?
No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed off on that document. But you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. There is no direct correlation after all. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper.
Really? All you did was sign it?
I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So sorry about that.
It seems that she finally has woken up. This is going to be one tough flight.
Or I think fight, I think he said. Suppose, and this is just supposition. Even if I was involved in that smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that.
Oh?
Yeah, she's showing her pupils now. There's been a shift in attitude.
If you were involved in the smuggling, you would have a strong motive to kill. Agent Hicks was in the middle of an investigation regarding a smuggling ring, and just when he was about to close in, he's killed by a member of the ring.
Well, you did. Did you ever stop to think about maybe Rhoda is a smuggling ring member? After all, unlike me, Rhoda has access to many things on this plane for work purposes. What the? What was that? Did she try to bubble beam me?
So perhaps there is some element of a setup at play in this case.
What are you talking about? Ooh, Angie. She's a bubble blowing baby.
Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you. I meant the killer. First, it was myself, and now it's Miss Teneiro who is under the microscope. Seems to me that our killer's going into great lengths to pin this crime on anyone they can.
You have no proof that Rhoda is being set up, or that she isn't.
Actually, I believe that she was indeed the intended target from the beginning. I believe that the plan was to push all of the blame from this crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicion.
Is it the piggy bank? It's the only thing I can think of right now. Either that or the suitcase. Either one. The suitcase seems a little bit stronger since I think it's got more of a tie to her, whereas the piggy bank is just a part of her job. So the suitcase, which was her design, and also since we know that there's a lot of them that were bought by her. Got it, okay.
This proves that the killer was outed to frame Miss Tenehiro from the very beginning.
The suitcase?
Take that!
The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet chose this suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body up from the lower deck to the first floor. However, why go through the trouble to do so?
Ooh, okay, wait a minute. We've got new facial expressions.
The only way all of these actions make sense is if the killer had wanted to frame Miss Tenehiro for the murder. Miss Tenehiro buys a suitcase on every flight she works without fail. But should her suitcase be switched with the one containing the victim's body, that would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan.
Ooh, bubbles.
There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase. Ergo, they made do with whoever was at hand most adapted to their plan, and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. The killer then went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop, and brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree?
Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway?
That is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case. What special circumstances dictate the need for the killer to frame someone? Where the murder took place, when the murder took place, who the murder victim was.
Special circumstances. I think the most special thing here is the murder victim, isn't it? Because he's an agent with Interpol? Because when it took place, I don't think is necessarily like need for the killer to frame someone, where the murder took place. I guess just who the murderer is. The killer was in a loss at what to do with Agent Hicks' body, but as it just so happened, there was a bunch of empty suitcases nearby. Being a skinny man, the killer thought it to put his body in the suitcase and hand it off.
You mean that the whole plan to frame someone was an elaborate coincidence?
No, that's not what I said. You've wrongly deduced my meaning, Miss Meal.
The one with the wrong deductions is you. Think before you speak again.
Oh shit, okay. I was about to reveal the truth.
Okay, so never mind, I got that wrong. So, is it where the murder took place? Or when the murder took place?
Special circumstance dictated the need for the killer to frame someone.
Where?
Since there was nobody else that it could have been pinned on, the special circumstance simply the murder took place in the plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs is quite strict in this day and age, so no matter what you do, the chances that the body will be found is very high. Therefore, there was no choice but to frame either Miss Tenehiro or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the criminal's movements is not Miss Tenehiro or myself, but you, Miss Cammy Meal. Only you and you alone could be the killer.
And? What do you mean, and?
Are you done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence.
Uh-oh.
I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. And isn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? Something that I still can't quite fit into the bag of the picture.
The phone?
Take that!
I don't have any actual evidence.
I thought not.
But that's because it went missing, and it still is. Missing? What do you mean by that? In the complex puzzle that is this case, there was one piece I kept getting stuck on, and that is the victim's cell phone. Francisca, you were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hicks' cell phone. Or at least that's what you told me. That's right. But Agent Hicks' cell phone could not be found at the crime scene. You mean the killer took the phone with him? Precisely. I suspect that if we were to find that phone, it would lead us to the killer.
Ha ha ha, come on, get serious. If the victim fell to his death from the height...
Did we say anything about the circumstances of his death yet? If the victim fell to his death from that high, wouldn't his phone break as well?
We won't know that until we try a little experiment, will we? Francisca, I'd like to ask you for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not?
Of course I do.
Call it. Agent Hicks's phone is ringing somewhere, sir.
I hear it, Detective. Now, where is it coming from? Is it the... It sounds like the phone is up in the flight attendant's room. We'd better hurry in the flight attendant's room, sir. Oh, shit! The ringing's coming from somewhere in here, sir.
Leave no stone unturned, Detective Gumshoe. We must find it.
Oh, wait, I see it!
Doesn't seem to be over here.
And let's look somewhere else, sir. Wait, what? Is that not it on the trash can? Doesn't seem to be. The phone got mixed in with the items that was lost in found file. It's not like the victim would have just dropped it somewhere, right, sir? Is it in this suitcase?
I wonder if it might be inside this suitcase.
I don't hear any sounds coming from inside, sir. I suppose the culprit would have been so dumb to try the same trick twice.
The ringing is coming from somewhere around here.
It's not here, sir.
Why do I have such a bad feeling about where we're going to find the phone? What? No, it can't be.
This has got to be the victim's cell phone. Just whose locker is this, sir?
It's Miss Teneiro's.
What? God damn it, not this shit again. Oh my fuck. So, Mr. Edgeworth, how did it go? Where did you find the phone?
I found it in the flight attendant's room, in Miss Teneiro's locker.
What? But...
Rhonda Teneiro!
I don't know anything about the phone. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Miss Von Karma, is it? I suggest you arrest Miss Rhoda Teneiro right away.
Wait, I have a theory. This is related to the incident with the keycard. When the killer went to steal the keycard, they conveniently stashed the cell phone in Miss Teneiro's locker at the same time.
This is related to the keycard, all right. In the same way that we have zero proofs that the killer did just that. The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. That is the only bird we cannot ignore.
What should I do? Francisca's right. I can't offer baseless conjectures at this point. Alright then, why did the culprit take the cell phone away from Agent Hicks? It must have something very incriminating on or in it.
Hold it! What now, Miles Edgeworth?
It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone.
What?
Inside this phone lies the final piece of incriminating evidence that will point us to our killer. We need to examine this phone in more detail. Ah, it's a camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene after a smuggling? Francisca, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures? Mr. Edgeworth, I can't believe you don't know about this kind of basic stuff, sir.
This looks like a very similar model to my own. And mine can take photos just fine.
Do you think Agent Hicks could have taken some pictures with this? In particular, some pictures as evidence of the smuggling case. If so, I'd say there may be some very inconvenient photos in here of our killer smuggler.
But the phone's all busted up, sir. Even a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone.
I'll find a way, don't you worry about that.
Can I go back to sleep now?
Objection!
Oh? The LCD screen on this inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase his data.
What? What do you mean by that, Francisca?
It looks like our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. This phone still rang when I called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It's possible that the photos are still inside waiting to be accessed.
All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone.
Francisca, your phone, if you please.
Very well. It's transferring. Alright, displaying it now.
Ooh. This is... Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for his smuggling case. Hey, the Aleph Red's nowhere to be found in the pic, sir.
But this has no meaning of a piece of evidence in this murder case, right?
Ouch, he's right. There's not much we can find out from this about Agent Hicks's killer, sir. Is this it? Is this the end? Is there really nothing in this photo that we can use? .03, that's right, one of the statue would have been. I think maybe the suitcase. Maybe it could be the suitcase. I'm trying to see if I can remember any sort of disturbances or differences that can be shown over here. I'm gonna go with the most other obvious thing, which is the suitcase. The fact that all the suitcases are here in this photo is odd. Agent Hicks was still alive at this time.
So what exactly is so odd about the suitcases that haven't been used and yet being here?
Yes, well, I was only pointing out that things are different between now and then.
Your off-topic ramblings have put this attendant to sleep yet again, Miles Edgeworth.
Yeah. I'll get sleepyhead here a rude awakening by a deafening objective over the contradiction. Not the number, so it's gotta be something here. What's all this? Oh, they are cargo ship from Virginia to Zhengfa. So the reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in Zhengfa. Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me the contents of these boxes? Unfortunately, there's no English written on them anywhere. One cluster of boxes is written in Virginian. It says, pray emoji, key emoji, scissors, leaf, Metroid, Kamehameha, Hadoken. It is cloth in English. Cloth? Could it be? Is this where the killer? What is with that scary face? Miss Meal.
Yes?
It appears that Agent Hicks was no ordinary investigator. He left us with a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who his killer is.
Ha! Maybe you shouldn't force your mistaken reading of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth.
The Borginian cargo in this piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer. Is it not the Borginian cloth?
And what is that supposed to prove?
The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilt. But there was one thing that bothered me this whole time. Where did it come from? And now I finally found my answer to this very photo. The cargo that was unloaded in Zhengfa had cloth written on it. In Borginian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed a piece from to clean the blood with. That's right. The killer was someone who could read and understand Borginian. And the only crew member left that fits that description is you, Miss Cammy Neo.
Ha! That's pretty flimsy. The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care if the box is in English or Borginian.
Oh ho? Sorry, but I can't agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature.
What?
There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Borginian, well then. Logically, the killer would have opened this box first.
Take that!
Bed sheets.
Hey, it says bed sheets in English right on that box. Precisely. The bed sheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say?
So what are you trying to say?
That if I were a criminal, the box of bed sheets would have been what I would have spotted first.
However, the killer chose to use some Borginian cloth.
Do you have an explanation for that? The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold, so they were afraid to leave signs of that box where the sheets had been opened. However, the Borginian cloth, well, there's a horse of a different color. That's a horse of a different color.
Because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Zhengfa.
That's right. That is why the Borginian cloth was used. And the only Borginian reader on board who could make such a calculated decision is you, Camille. You and you alone.
Ooh, we're getting somewhere. It would be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. And we would have to do, and all we have to do is contact Shangfa authorities in time. We may even find other evidence to incriminate our killer within those boxes. So what do you say, Miss Meal? Why not confess to your crime here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find out from our investigation in Shangfa? Ooh. Ooh, bubble blowing babies. No! Ooh, 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 oh, 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 we getting somewhere.
He was Interpol. I couldn't stop it. I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared. I was in trouble.
Ooh. Oh. Oh my god. So she's the smuggler and the killer. Wow. I think that's happened in a few cases now where it was quite literally unfortunate timing where someone who was doing something related to someone else managed to run into quite possibly the worst person they could have run into in regards to the case.
We finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir.
Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that?
They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her there. Whenever we even approach the topic, she just starts foaming at the mouth. It was scary, sir.
She probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder at all. One thing is for sure, the ring behind this whole mess means serious business. It looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye.
Mr. Edgeworth, I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everything that you did. Thank you very much.
It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for your cooperation.
But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I can continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I hope that, well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation.
That's...
I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want to.
No, I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure it will serve you well. And remember, we here at GoU Airlines are always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
Now, I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue, no matter where you go.
Oh, I like that. She's so nice. I'm glad that she turned out to be innocent.
I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir, but boy was it fun.
Speak for yourself. My day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges. By the way, where's Francisca?
Oh, she's filing out some custom paperwork for her departure.
Departure?
Yeah, Miss Von Karma's always really busy, sir. She's been flying around the country to chase down some leads regarding her case.
Detective, can you cancel the car I had you reserve earlier?
You got it, sir.
Francisca. Ah, the music from the second game. I thought I told you that when I landed here. I thought I told you when you first landed here. I have no time for idle chatter. I have no intention of wasting your time. However, it has been a while since we last met. I also have no time for such familiar reminiscence. Just who do you think I am? You are Francisca Von Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect. Yeah, it's her theme. Oh, it feels so nice. You were so right, Crust. Hopping from the Phoenix Wright trilogy onto this was probably like a really good move. I like being able to call back, like to see the callbacks and the references and like all the other stuff that I now have like knowledge about.
Until only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A dancing Pierrette, Pierrette, I think is how you say it, living her life on the name and fame of invincible father's built.
True, your father Manfred von Karma didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible.
What are you talking about? The group I'm on the trail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route we found this time is only one sliver of the big picture.
Sounds like a dangerous assignment.
You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself.
Yes, I suppose you can.
Plus, there's another agent on this case with me.
Oh, another agent?
He's a star among Interpol agents and has the highest successful arrest rate. Who knows, you may even run to him one day.
I was simply caught up in this one case. I hardly see why we would cross paths.
I suppose, but I doubt he would say the same.
I'm not following you.
You'll understand soon enough. The fight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back in full.
Oh, there goes my little sister. And just like that, she's gone, huh, sir? Thank goodness. I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for her whip.
Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all of your help and cooperation.
No, it's nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again. Ho ho. I think I'm going to celebrate by adding a little extra salt to my instant noodles tonight.
Just how much did we cut his salary by, Francesca? Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office.
Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly you down the road in the patrol car if you want.
Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first.
Dun 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 dun. Oh, that's so nice.
Thus, I solved the first case upon my arrival home. Francesca von Karma, the smuggling route that she was after. The leaders of that ring had already put their trump card into play, and their players are on the other side of this war. They would begin to make themselves known through the next incident.
So we're on to our third case.
Edgeworth speaking.
Finally. I called who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through.
And you are?
Have you forgotten my voice, Miles?
The only person I think I know of who speaks this way is Grossberg.
Oh, have you forgotten my voice, Miles, my boy?
Wait, whoa. No, it's not. Mr. Amano. Ernest Amano. That's a new one. Who is this?
Oh, so you do... I'm going to assume this is still an old guy. Oh, so you do remember me. I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask this of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son, he's been kidnapped.
Oh. Oh my God. All right, there we go. Turnabout Airlines. Bing, 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 bing. The kidnap turnabout. It's so nice to see French. Hey, wait a minute. That's the silhouette of the guy that's on the main screen. I've seen this guy before. I don't know his name, but I've seen this guy before. This guy looks wicked. I love this guy's design. Hang on a minute. Okay, hold on. That's so cool. Oh man, Miles to Francesca to whoever this guy's supposed to be. And then this is Gumshoe. And then I have no idea who this is. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a similar style as like the rest of the Ace Attorney games, even the Phoenix Wright ones where it's 5 cases. Interesting. Hold on, I'll get started. I want to get a feel for it since we've still got some time here before I'm supposed to go tune in for work. So I'll go ahead and give us a little bit of a teaser, a little bit of a bite demo for it. We don't know where we are?
It's time. Don't worry, Mr. Edgeworth. I'll be following your every movement with my binoculars. Good to hear. Now make sure that you don't lose sight of me. I'm counting on you for backup. You can count on me, sir. I have to go. The kidnapper's supposed to contact me soon. Who would have thought that upon my return, I'd be thrust into a kidnapping case? And that I would be the one who would have to make the ransom drop off.
Wait, why are they making Miles do it? Not even the parent? Oh my God, I'm using the gift that I got from Miss Tenehiro.
Let's see. I checked that the money is all there, safe inside the suitcase. Where am I also?
We're in question mark. Miles Edgeworth has a very long and arduous day. This is all happening relatively soon to one another. Third episode's about to be a banger. I guess we're about to see. We'll get started on it.
Now all I have to do is await further instructions from the kidnapper, which I'm expecting to transfer to my cell phone. I wonder who else is around. This is the meeting place, after all.
Whoa, Gatewater? Gatewater Land? Wait, what did they do to Gatewater? The Gatewater Hotel expanded to having a theme park? And that's the Blue Badger. Why is the Blue Badger a part of this? Don't tell me that they bought the Blue Badger as a mascot from the police department.
Welcome to Gatewater Land.
Hmm? Oh, thank you.
And a big hello to you.
I'm the Proto Badger. What?
I'm the Proto Badger. Nice to meet you.
Proto B.
Excuse me, but were you perhaps thinking of taking a picture of me?
A picture of you? Sorry, but I'm not interested.
Aw, that's too bad. We'll have a good day.
Very weird. Proto Badger has no eyes? Noted. Yeah. Where are his pupils? That's so weird looking for a mascot.
Who are you? You're not Ernest Amano.
It sounds like the kidnapper is using some sort of voice alterator. I'm his representative, Miles Edgeworth.
Are you a cop?
No, I'm a prosecutor. Hmm? I know what you're wondering, and yes, I brought the ransom money with me.
I see. In that case, bring the money with you to the stadium.
Gatewater, what the hell is this place? So this person insists to see if I'm being followed, huh? Please, Detective Gumshoe, I really need you to come through for me this one time. Yeah, that's the Blue Badger, alright. No soul, just like his origin. Yeah, that's right. Event schedule. No, I was reading that. Okay, hold on. Event schedule. Battle of the Magicians. Max Galactica. Max Galactica! Max is gonna be here! Versus Troop... What does that say? Gamir? Gamar? The Gaviners? Special concert. Gaviners? What is that? Grimaire? The Grimaires. Okay. It's a little hard to read. It's kind of tiny on my screen. Okay. Oh, Gavineers. Okay, the Gavineers. I see a Blue Badger and what looks like kind of like a red one. And I think on the other guitar, does that say patrol? Why is they patrolling? Well, I guess because they still must have like some sort of a connection to the police department where they originated. Huh, okay. Edge was speaking.
Next, come to the haunted house.
And just how long do you intend to have me wander around for?
That's for me to decide. You don't have much of a choice here, my friend.
I suppose not. Okay, well, I guess Edgeworth has a really long day ahead of him, but I'm glad to know that Max is still around. Good old Max Galactica is still here. I've arrived.
Go inside.
Ooh. Ow! What the fuck? What did I get assaulted for? What the? What a dismal place. Yeah, as if that's not fucking spooky.
That's it. Go through those doors.
Am I being watched from somewhere?
Leave the money and go. Now!
This is a ransom. Wasn't I supposed to be, like, trading off the kid? I was hoping for an exchange, but maybe I should do as they say for now and not push it. I couldn't catch even a glimpse of the kidnapper. Perhaps I should keep an eye on this haunted house until police backup arrives. Is that Blue Badger about to assault me? It was a trap! Oh my god. That guy. Betrayed. No.
can't be. Then the deal. Who is that? And what are they talking about? Split. Police. All right. In front of. Meet up. I can't move my body. I fear I may faint again.
Edgeworth, hold out! Oh, there's a pink badger! Wait, what the fuck? Wait, so there's a pink badger, there's a blue badger, and then there's the proto badger? Or what is that? What kind of a group? Oh wait, no, there's a fourth one actually. There's the one with the glasses and what looks like a mustache.
Where am I? How long was I out? It wasn't raining like this when I made the drop-off. This was supposed to be a simple affair.
Yeah, talk about nightmare fuel. Like unironic, like FNAF activity, dude. That's freaky. Like it's like an old school Teletubby.
So why have I been taken hostage as well? I can only assume Detective Gumshoe lost sight of me at some point. The only reason I agreed to be in the drop-off man was because of that phone call.
Oh, so yeah, it was an old guy.
It was from Mr. Ernest Amano, the director of the powerful Zaibatsu, the Amano group.
What? Miles, what kind of a connection do you have with this group?
But aside from that, I also owe him... Okay, here we go. I also owe him a great debt of gratitude. His only son, Lance, had been kidnapped.
Lance Amano.
I know that Lance is already in his 20s, but I guess some things you never grow out of.
Huh. Lance.
I can't sit around waiting for someone to come help me. I must escape somehow.
Haha. Was that you making that funny sound? Who the hell?
Who's there? And how dare you laugh at a gentleman's plight?
Oh, it's you!
Who are you? Are you one of the kidnappers?
The 5 Nights at Gatewater? Yeah. You! I've seen you before. I don't know your name, though. A kidnapper? Me? No way. I'm not into such petty crimes. Nope, I'm after something much, much bigger. Hang on a minute. She's got the symbol on her, she's got the little amulet symbol. She's got the Yatagarasu. She's got the little winged feather claw thing. What is that getup though? She's got like a key going through her head.
Ugh, I must be worn out from today's ordeal. Focus, Miles.
Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. Sorry about that. Ahem. Even in the depths of night. Oh my god, she's a Chinibyo. Even in the depths of night, when no bird dares to take flight, one alone soars to shine the light of righteous on the world's blight. And that one is me, for I am the great thief Yatagarasu.
Great thief? And did she really just claim to be the Yatagarasu?
Oh, but my real name is Kay Faraday. Faraday? Kay okay, hold on. How's the last name pronounced? Anyone want to give me a hint? Yatagarasu? OMG Persona? Oh, maybe. I wouldn't be surprised if she managed to pull some spirit out of her. I wonder if she's supposed to be like my... Oh, she has to be like the Maya of this game, isn't she? She has to be this game's Maya. You can call me Kay. Good. Glad that's settled. Faraday. Okay, so yeah, Faraday. Got it.
Not quite. I have a mountain of questions for you. But first, if you would be so kind as to remove these ropes.
I wonder, should I remove them? I was actually having a lot of fun watching you make those silly faces. Hey, there's no need to get all mad and icy glary on me, you know? This rope goes through here, and there you go.
What a relief. I owe you my thanks.
And that's okay. You can pay me back in full later.
Now then, what question should I start with? Unfortunately, I can already tell nothing is going to be easy with this one, this cheeky girl.
Okay, well, Miss Great Thief, what evidence do I have so far? Gatewater Land pamphlet. So we have Ernest Amano, benefactor from when I studied abroad in Germany, director of the Amano group. Okay. So we have Lance Amano. I knew him when he was a child. Self-purposed great thief, sudden appearance, but why is she stalking me? Also, Yatagarasu, the persona demon from Megaten. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, flex the badge? Alright.
Don't surprise me like that. I can't believe you're just shoving things in my face. I mean, aren't there more pressing things you'd rather ask little old me?
She has a point. I should probably find out more about my mysterious savior first. Okay, well, Miss Great Thief. You call yourself a great thief, yet are you really a thief at all?
You doubt me? I get it. You think that a young lady like me couldn't possibly be such a big-time thief, right?
That's not the part I have the tough time believing.
I am the real genuine Yatagarasu, you know? Yep, I'm a pure-blooded great thief. It's a little something I inherited from my predecessor.
In that case, you wouldn't mind if I arrested you then, right?
What? Of course I'd mind. I haven't stolen anything yet. Seriously, I don't know how you can say such a horrible thing to your savior.
That's true. Technically, she hasn't stolen anything in front of me yet. Okay, well then... Yeah, I was assuming that it was Megami Tensei that you were referring to. Because I think I've seen it in... I know the Persona, but I know that the Personas themselves are used in like other games as well. And then you say that you're the Yatagarasu. Do you mean that you are the Yatagarasu?
Yep. The most righteous of all the righteous. The legendary great thief. But I inherited the title only recently. So I haven't had a chance to steal anything yet as a second Yatagarasu.
The second Yatagarasu? So is that her mother or her father? I was not aware that thieves could pass down their titles like that.
But don't worry, I've got some big plans in the works.
Big plans, huh? They wouldn't happen to lead to a big arrest, would they?
I knew it. There's just no reasoning with a prosecutor.
Oh, Tensei, my bad. I'm not the problem here.
I'll have you know that the Yatagarasu have no interest in stealing petty trinkets. There's one thing and one thing only I want to steal.
Only one thing? And what would that be?
That's going to have to wait until we find our way out of here.
Well, at least there's one thing that we agree on. I'm sure that I'll have plenty of time later to learn about you.
So, you never told me what your name is, Mr. Prosecutor?
Oh, I guess not. I'm Miles Edgeworth.
Aha! Now I remember.
How can you remember something I just told you? But she sure is cheery.
Alright then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's get out of here.
Was she the one that left the little thingy in my room? My locker, rather? It would seem that we are locked in from the other side.
What? No way! I don't hear you. La 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 la.
Okay, you remember where you came in from, right? It looks like that might be our only way out of this room.
Whoops, slight miscalculation. That's a good height to make an entrance from, but I can't jump that high to make an exit.
I suppose we have no choice but to look around and see if we can't find another way out. Oh, damn. Okay, we're investigating a way out.
They're holding a blue badger photo rally. Oh, no, that's they're holding a blue badger rally photo. Or photo rally. You didn't know? Plus, it's not just the blue badger, it's the whole family, too. So it's his family. Okay, so there's the pink badger. I'm assuming the dad badger, and then proto badger, which is the weird-looking one. If you manage to snap a shot of every member of the family, you get a real posh prize.
Take a picture of every member of the badger family and receive a prize. There's only one of each of the 4 family members wandering throughout the park. Best of luck. Okay. Badger photo rally. Well, there's a costume head sitting right over there. Why not start with a picture of that?
You can't do that. That's cheating. There's only one of each badger in the park, so you have to work for it.
Speaking of badgers, there was only one sitting against the wall in the haunted house.
Seriously? But somehow I don't think that one counts, Mr. Edgeworth. You have to take pictures of the costume ones walking around the park.
So those are the rules of this game. How quaint.
Oh, what the fuck? That's evidence?
Okay, I guess.
Hey, there's something inside the bottom right box. I think it might be the pink badger's costume.
Pink badger?
You don't keep up with what's going on in the world, do you? In that case, you'd better study up on the whole badger clan. The badger clan?
Proto badger, the very first badger. Bad badger, the vile criminal with a gun. What is this thing? The blue badger, ally of justice who keeps peace. Peace.
Pink badger. Note her unique pink bow.
What is this?
Think of it as a bite. Okay, are you serious? Think of it as a Bible of all the things that you'll ever need to know about the clan.
Whatever. I suppose I can keep it as a reference guide or something.
Okay.
I suppose this means that this is where they keep all the costumes?
Certainly looks that way. It's like the Badger family's home.
There are 8 boxes, but 7 of them are empty. Which means that 7 of the costumes are in use right now. But aren't these badges the mascots of the police force?
Well, I hear that the police had a hand in sponsoring this theme park. Probably because the Gatewater Group owns the police from all those cases they solve.
They have all the power of the state and they used it to make a theme park?
It's not just any theme park. They have a handcuff-shaped double-looping roller coaster.
That's quite enough. I'm feeling woozy just from the thought of such a thing. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Oh, here? Oh, wait, there's a key.
And what do we have here?
Ah.
Why do I feel a laser-like stare aimed right at me? Did you want to take a look?
Well, I don't mind if I do. Oh, I see. Yes, this is definitely a key. I'm sure it's a key to something.
Maybe not our way out, but open something. The something is what is relevant to my interest. Still, I guess we'll go ahead and look through all these. I suppose this is the pink badger. But since it has the same design, doesn't it seem forced to call this one a female?
You think so? I mean, just look at how long her eyelashes are.
That's the only difference.
And the fact that she's pink.
Yes, and
her lips are red. See? Lipstick.
where?
She has lipstick?
What? She has nothing to say about the giant pink ribbon, or is it too obvious? Okay, guess we'll look at Proto. This is that blue badger I met at the main gate.
Excuse me, buddy. His name is Proto Badger, not Blue Badger. He's based off of the very first design created by the local police chief. You know, when you compare the two, the Blue Badger looks a bit cuter.
I suppose as he continued to redesign him, the chief managed to make him cuter and cuter. Even humanity has come a long way when you think about how much we've evolved.
Are we comparing Blue Badger to humans now?
So this is the Blue Badger's rival, the Bad Badger, huh? How do you feel about do you feel some sort of reverence toward this badger, Kay?
Ha! I can't believe you'd be so stereotypical when it comes to thieves. Surely you must also think that there's a much cooler and cuter ones are out there too, right? That's it. I've decided that thieves and thievery need an image makeover.
Good luck with that one.
And this is our Blue Badger. Look, it's the Blue Badger.
I suppose even this thing can be popular with the women.
My nemesis, huh?
What in the... Why is she beating it up?
He's got the word badge right around... Wait, he's got the word badge right in his name. That's nothing but bad news for someone like me. And to think he's out there wandering around in this park. I better be careful or he's going to arrest me by the power of his name alone.
I somehow doubt that the Blue Badger has the power to arrest anyone. Okay, so I think that's everything, unless I'm missing on like some very crucial evidence. Don't think that's the case, yeah?
Man, why did they have to put the windows up so high anyway? How is a thief supposed to make her daring escape?
I suppose we could make our way out if we were able to climb on top of these lockers.
Ha! That's pretty clever. You'd make a good thief yet, Mr. Edgeworth.
Please don't ever place my name and the word thief in the same sentence again.
Let's see. I wonder if I can jump up and grab the top of the locker here. Damn, you got no jump height to UK? Man, why do they have to make such enormous lockers anyway?
Even if we wanted to use these lockers, we'd need some sort of foothold. Get to the top we can escape, only if there's some sort of foothold. Okay, well I guess we could potentially use like these paint cans.
Maybe we can use this paint to help us escape.
What exactly do you have in mind?
Well, we could paint help in really giant letters.
And who, pray tell, would see the giant letters were inside a building?
Okay, then how are we supposed to light... Well, how about we light the paint on fire and send out colored smoke signals? Anyone who saw it would think some crazy arsonist was about and call the cops. Actually, that may not be great for me, seeing that I'm a thief and all.
Let's try to find something other than this paint to use, shall we?
Okay, well, there's one more thing here.
Is this my phone? It looks like it made its way through the ordeal intact.
If only there was a way to use for us to contact someone on the outside.
Oh, but we do have a way right here.
Ah! There was a cell phone here this whole time?
If I'm right, Detective Gumshoe should have contacted the precinct for backup by now. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, are you okay? I was so worried, sir.
I'm fine. I was knocked unconscious for a spell by the kidnapper, that's all.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm such a failure. If only I hadn't lost sight of you.
Detective, we don't have time for this. Have the police set up a perimeter right now.
You don't have to worry about that, sir. I already got the boys working on that.
But I'm doing that, I sorta... Ah! What's wrong, Detective? Whoa, what? Sorry to butt in, but I'm afraid you're going to have to make do with me. Who is this? Shilong Lang? Or is it Lang? Shilong Lang of Interpol? A pleasure to speak with you, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard a great deal about you. So what exactly is an Interpol agent like yourself involved in a domestic kidnapping case? Don't sweat the details. A crime's a crime, whether it's on a local or global scale. Besides, you're the one who's in a world of trouble. And why would you say that? Lang Ji says, the pack that runs together stays together. You catch my drift? Is this the guy in the photo? Or like the guy on the cover? He gives me the right attitude. I don't know, that one line kind of pointed me in that direction. He caused quite a ruckus by running blindly into a situation and then getting caught. You should have contacted the police from the very beginning. I'm sorry that this happened because of a lapse in judgment. However, I humbly request that you please help me out of these post-haste. Sorry, no can do. What? We're hunting the kidnapper now, and I haven't got any hands to spare. As I said, my pack moves as one. You're the one who wanted to go in alone, so good luck to you, Mr. Prosecutor. Nah, he's bald, see? I mean, I guess he's also just a black silhouette. Oh, and once we catch the kidnapper, rest assured that we'll come and find you, eventually. You. What's wrong? Did you get cut off? No, my phone ran out of power. No way! Doesn't matter anyway. We should try to get out of here through our own means. Yeah, I have a name to live up to after all. If we put our heads together, I'm sure we'll find a way out. So, can I connect some things here? Oh, wait. Are these keys to the locker? Or is this key to the locker? Oh, whoops. Oh, no, never mind. Okay. Jesus, don't fit together quite right. Damn it. Can I use the costumes in the locker? Can I use the boxes that these costumes are on? That's maybe one of the other things I can go ahead and use. Because I was thinking somewhere in this room with this key. I was thinking that there would be something. Obviously, I don't think it's the door. It also seems quite thick, so we can't just break it down. There must be another way to get out of here, yeah. So my assumption still stands. I think I've discovered everything, so we'll do the lockers and the costumes. See if I can use them as a means to step or like... No? What? Okay, so not exactly a shining pebble of perfect logic. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Oh my goodness. So, maybe did I miss something? I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure that I've got oh, hang on. This is the beam I was tied to. What's up? I was pondering if perhaps we could make it over to and out the window if we climbed this. Good thinking. And if climbing is an action you need, just leave it to me. Thanks, this little hook looks like it might be make for a good foothold. Hope you go okay, and good luck. Count on it. That does not look like she can balance on that. Great thief Yatagarasu spreads her mighty wings and takes to the skies. Here I go. Oh. As I thought, this beam was definitely not made for climbing. There's a hook on the beam, but it's not enough of a foothold to climb out with. What do you mean, as I thought? I'm not your guinea pig, you know? Okay, wait, so that's a... There was one more thing, I guess. The hook. There is a hook on this beam, but it's not enough of a foothold to climb out with. Is it possible if I... to go ahead and connect these? No, okay. What the fuck? So... is there more? What is this? Looks like the Bad Badger, and it's looking as bad as ever. Looks like a costume head to me. I guess the Bad Badger's costume is, at the very least, a two-piece, huh? The real question is, why is only the head sitting out here on the floor? Oh my god, are you serious? Okay, so I guess, yeah, there's a piece of evidence there. When you fail, just make a cool pose to feel better. Absolutely, it makes things look better, too. Do you know where the person who kidnapped me went? Well, after they locked you up in here, it sounded like they went into the next room and started talking to someone. I feel like I heard something as well, but it's all a haze in my mind. However, I do recall that the kidnapper was talking with someone. It was just a guess before, but I guess I really am dealing with two kidnappers here. After that, they left. It almost seems as if they were done with you. I suppose that's the case, as my kidnapping seems like an afterthought to the 1 million. Well, if they went into the next room, let's see what we can find out through the slot. I don't think there's any evidence for me to present. Rather, I've got... oh, I can peer into the room where the kidnappers were in from here. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Well, this is awfully suspicious. Is that what I think it is? Looks like the kidnappers had an escape tunnel prepared just in case. That's awesome! They're like a bunch of great thieves themselves. No, they're not, because I highly doubt that they made this tunnel themselves. The floor panel was removed and propped up against the beam in a very specific way. Wait! Yeah, that's right! I think this building was originally built in the basement or underground area. Interesting. Good call there, Edgeworth. I think I might know now as well. There's a door on the opposite side that appears to be the same as this one, which would mean that I can probably assume that these two rooms are very similar in structure. I believe I may have just found our ticket out. I think so as well. And that seems to be it. So then... hang on. No, we don't have to do that. My assumption is that underneath this blue tarp is a secret door. How can I guess I have to use logic then. Okay, the beam I was tied to, open floor panel. There we go. There we go. Got it. This hook on the beam. You know, I already tried that, and there's no way I can jump from this hook to the window. Come on, even you have to admit when something's just not come on, even you have to know when something's not possible. Huh. I wasn't about to suggest that again. Rather that it's different. It's here for a different purpose. Really? Like what? As you saw in the adjustment room, it's clear for keeping the floor panel propped up, which means that there should be a panel in this room that we can open as well. Oh, I get it. We didn't notice its existence at the time because it was hidden by this tarp. Alright then, let's fold this thing up and see what's underneath. Now this is what we call treasure. Okay, so tiny key. Wait, what? Wow, this must be another entrance to the secret hidden basement. I totally smell treasure. The scent I wish to smell is the sweet fragrance of freedom. Then what are we waiting for? Hurry up and open the hatch. Alright. This thing is locked down tight. Uh-huh. Alright, there we go. Ah, fiddlesticks! She says fiddlesticks? That's great. I love that. So the tiny key in the underground entrance. Let's go with that. I believe you're up, Kay. Huh? Why me? Because we need to use this tiny key that you've taken quite a liking to. Okay, gotcha. Just leave it to me. I love this tense feeling of the movements when you're about to uncover something big. I believe the feeling of freedom would be much more satisfying right now. Alright, I got the secret door open, and now... oh my god, she just jumped in. Oh my god, how deep is it? Are you alright, Kay? I'm fine. The ladder just slipped is all. Thank goodness she's alright. I about had a coronary.
There's a lot of really large machinery down here.
What about an exit? Oh, what about an exit?
It's really dark and cramped down here, so I really doubt that there's an exit. I can't believe that happened. Hey, say so. Welcome in. Objection. What? Objection ass fuckboy. Are you talking about Edgeworth? That's pretty accurate. How you doing today, say so? How you been? Rested up well? Feeling good? Ready to tackle the day?
You have only yourself to blame for leaping before you looked, you know.
No way. I mean, how was I supposed to know that the ladder's removable? Oh, there we go. Okay. The ladder's removable and we can't even escape that way. So underground ladder, lockers. There we go. It's coming together now.
I figured out how we will escape this prison, Kay.
Oh, so how are we going to bust out?
It seems that your reckless actions were of use after all.
Are you actually praising me?
More of a thank you for giving me an idea regarding this ladder.
The underground ladder? What about it?
This ladder isn't for just those who wish to go down.
Oh, I see. If we use this...
Yes, I believe it's long enough to reach the top of the lockers.
Well then, what are we waiting for? Hey, there we go. Investigation complete. I did it. I stayed on for 3 more hours after you. Left me all alone, cold, scared. That wasn't my fault. I said what I was gonna do. Made some brownie cookies. Ooh, with sea salt caramel. Ooh, that sounds delicious. Are you looking to share with the class? You got any to spare? I'd love something like that right about now. I still haven't eaten today, and I still have to get ready for work.
Yes, we spend entirely too much time in here. Kidnappers who held me hostage, and a mysterious Interpol agent. This case is only getting started, and I'll be the one to bring it to a resounding end.
What the hell? Where are we? Cat! There's a cat! Chat, there's a cat! I see a cat.
The 10-gallon hat saloon? What the Edgeworth? It looks like it's stopped raining for now.
Yeah, thank goodness. You have no idea how hard it was raining earlier. Oh, this has to be Gumshoe. Mr. Edgeworth!
I'm glad to see you managed to escape, sir. I was so stressed that I thought my heart was going to give out. Detective Gumshoe, may I ask what in the world that is?
Well, that's,
What the hell is that? Why is the Blue Badger also here? Is he unironically like an agent undercover? Mayhaps be inclined to share my spoils? I would love to participate in the sharing of the spoils.
Count off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What the fuck? 98, 99?
Shifu, all 99 members are here and accounted for, sir.
Shifu? Oh, it's him! It's the guy! Who's the lady? What the? Oh, it's him! It's the guy! He's Shifu? Wait, hold on. I thought this guy's design was rad. I loved how he looked. The Badger's a Fed? I guess so. Maybe there is an actual Fed underneath that costume. I dig it. Okay, hold on. Okay, he looks so cool. I'm assuming he's the one talking then, too. Hold on, let me take a drink real quick. I've been doing this for a while. I think I kind of want to give him the Matt on guard voice that I gave last time. Or at least when he was revealed to be the villain. I gotta remember how it went, though. Because I low-key want to give... Like, he kind of gives me the same vibes as Furio Tigre. But I don't think that that if I gave him the same, like, Jersey voice that I gave Furio Tigre, that it would fit. Assuming that he's also... What was his name? It was Shang... Oh, fuck. I forgot what... Assuming that's him. I think. So, hold on. I gotta demo it a little bit. Hey, what the heck do you think you're doing counting my cubs off like that? I think that's all right. What do you think you're doing? What the heck do you think you're doing? Because I don't think the Furio TV woman is like, what did I... It's me, Phoenix Wright, the one and only. Yeah, I don't think that would work. So I think the lower cadence, or I guess the higher pitch, similar cadence, it would probably fit a little bit better. God, I really want to do this character justice. This guy looks so cool. Oh yeah, Shilong Lang. I'm assuming that this is him. He's probably the guy. I ask of thee, clam chowder or chicken chowder for lunch? I'd say chicken chowder. Chicken is probably a good way to be able to go ahead and heal, but clam chowder sounds yummy. I love me a good seafood and just about anything. But my vote goes for chicken for now. I'm a bit of a protein head since I used to work out a lot. I've been slacking a little bit as of late, and so I've been able to get a little bit of bulk built up. I'm not as big as I want to be just yet, but I think I've got enough that I can go ahead and shred for some extra muscle. So I'm protein brained right now. So I vote chicken. All right. I think we'll go with the one that I demoed just now. Yeah. What do you think you're doing counting off my cubs like that? Oh my god. What is that? Is that a scar, or is that like, what is that on his face? Those glasses don't even look like they're properly attached. What is what is the fit? Every person is a valuable human being, you get me? And everyone has a name to their parent. Wait, everyone has a name that their parents gave to them. No one is 2 or 3. Oh my god, he is so cool. Okay, hold on. This chat, I might be making an early claim. This might be my favorite character in the game so far. This guy is wicked. Oh my god, if I could actually style my hair in a way like that, I would love to cosplay this guy. The fit is absolutely dripping, dude. That is fantastic character design. He's so cool. Yeah, I buy it. This guy is awesome. No one is 2 or 3. Everyone, regardless of age, is regardless of rank or number. Wait, fuck. Everyone, regardless of age or rank, is number 1. Got it? Shiva! Oh. You are Agent Lang, I take it. You infidel! How dare you address our Shifu so rudely? Grrr! Lang Ji says, a cub who disrespects others soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. So don't you ever forget to show your proper respect towards another person. Sheena? Oh, her name is Sheena! Sheena. This isn't much, but please accept my card. Oh, he's got a business card. No, thank you. Please accept mine in return. Ah, it's just customary, I guess. MIB? Yeah, it's the MIB. Yeah, the MIB, not the MIA. Wrong, we were a letter off. Not quite. The correlation is not there. Different games. You all see that just now? That is a proper way that two people show their respect. Keep that in mind and you'll get far in life. Got it? Oh, the badger's gone. Oh, that's right. Francisca did warn me. Something about an elite Interpol agent from the Republic of Shangfa. Oh, so he's from Shangfa. Okay, so we're getting a little bit more connection for some of these global places. Apparently, this man has the highest successful arrest rate in the organization. Oh, I didn't even see that other message. It didn't show up for me. A new wig commission? Dude, I would love to have this as a wig commission. Like, I would have to have the sideburns and the stuff attached to it, too, because I don't think I can grow out... Well, first of all, I don't have the right color of hair, so either I dye my sideburns and the rest of my like, some of my hair to get that going, or I have to have them attached as well. But I would love to. This guy is sick. Agent Lang, what exactly is an Interpol agent involved in this clearly domestic case? That's none of your business, Mr. Prosecutor. How is it not? I've heard a rumor or two about you. You solved a murder that occurred during your flight home recently, right? Ha! But you sure took a while to arrest one little flight attendant. How pathetic. How dare you say that about Mr. Edgeworth? Are you saying he could have solved it faster, pal? The comedic relief jumps to the aid of his master. How cliche. Look, what I'm getting at is that if I had been there, no one would have died. Man, that's a bold fucking claim, but I feel like this guy has the confidence to back it up. He's got the look and everything. I would have solved the entire case, and Agent Hicks would still be with us here today. Agent Lang knew yesterday's victim, Agent Ackby Hicks.
Hicks was like a brother to me, so now I'm out to take my revenge. Agent Hicks was investigating a smuggling ring with Francisca in the third person. This must be the man she was talking about.
Yo, Lang and Sheena cosplay? I mean, I'd have to find me a Sheena first, I guess, but like, absolutely, I would love to go ahead and like rock this guy's outfit. First of all, like the shirt, the base shirt underneath it, he has it like unbuttoned down to the middle, which exposes the chest. I hate wearing shirts. That is my least favorite clothing item to ever wear, period. And so like having a little bit of exposure, totally my style. The jacket, drippy as fuck. I love the way that it looks from top to bottom. The rest of the fit too is awesome, but this, the hair, the attitude, like the rest of the look too is so cool. Love this guy's design.
In that case, you should understand how I feel as the kidnapped in someone I know. So, I ask that you please allow me to participate.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I didn't even get a chance to read all that, and he not so fast me? Whoa!
This isn't your neatly trimmed courtroom of Eden, you know. You're out in the wilderness now, Mr. Prosecutor, and you're way out of your league.
No hard feelings, but why don't you go back to the courtroom now, pretty boy?
You dare mock the court?
I do, and I don't need the help of a filthy prosecutor. Oh, okay, so we got some bad blood off the rip. Homie does not appreciate prosecutors in the line of work, huh? Beans can be Sheena? I don't think he would agree to that.
Sorry, but the truth doesn't need the likes of you to distort it today. Who uses the adjective filthy to describe a prosecutor? And why? Why do I feel such intense loathing emanating from him?
Even the theme, bro, this is sick. I love this.
Alright, man. Good job on the perimeter around Gatewaterland.
Now just find me the kidnapper and bring me the punk to be. Dismissed.
Sir!
And they're off.
Now then, Mr. Prosecutor, you just sit tight here and don't cause me any trouble, understand? Wait.
Damn, what an introduction.
Mr. Edgeworth. It's been a while since I last met someone so disagreeable. Why of all places did he show up here? And completely out of the blue at that? I suppose I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe to fill me in on that.
Well, Gumshoe, it's not quite an investigation, but I think we've got a little bit more on our hands here.
Great job, Detective.
Ah, Gumshoe's theme.
Sir! For losing sight of me and the kidnapper and allowing my investigation to be hijacked. Sir! I look forward to your next month's salary assessments. But the case isn't lost yet, sir. I'm going to show you just how much of a man Dick Gumshoe can be. Shall I prepare the 21-gun salute now or later?
Detective, are you sure it was the precinct you called for backup?
Of course, sir. I think I would know the number to my own precinct like the back of my hand.
Then why did an Interpol agent show up instead with an army of his own agents?
That I have no idea.
About 5 minutes after I made the call, the Wolfman The Wolfman? Damn, that's quite the title to give him, Gumshoe.
That Wolfman showed up out of nowhere, sir.
Agent Lang definitely has an agenda. So the question is, what is he after?
Mr. Edgeworth, I was wondering if I may ask you about one thing, sir.
Yes, what is it?
Who is that? The girl over there, I mean.
I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant, Kay Fairday.
What?
Funny, I don't recall making you my assistant, Kay.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Me. It's been like that forever.
Sorry, but I just stole your supporting role.
How can you say something so serious with that giant grin on your face, pal? Mr. Edgeworth, we got a thief on our hands, sir. She stole my role, sir. I'm taking her in, getting her convicted and making sure she serves out her sentence.
Oh, come on, it'll be fun, like a musical chairs. You'd better stay fast on your feet.
No way. I will not lose to the spotlight of you, little girl.
Okay. I guess, what, are we investigating still? Man, I can't calmly do any stealing at all with that detective around.
I suppose it's not easy when there's this many members of law enforcement in the vicinity.
It's alright. It's not like I'm in a hurry to steal just any old thing.
What is she after? Which is it? Do you plan to steal something or not? Quite the mystery, this one. Maybe I should talk with her a bit more.
Okay, well, what's next? So what are you going to do about your investigation into the kidnapping?
Good question. Since Agent Lang holds the authority to investigate this case now.
Wait, is it Lang or Long? Hold on. I've just been calling it Lang because, like, I think, I feel like it would be a different letter, but I might be getting my syllables mixed up here. Gumshoe got replaced? No, we'll never replace Gumshoe. I'm not sure what other... Okay, hold on. Don't spoil. I guess, like, kind of... This is kind of like a rhetorical, or like, I guess it could be answered in a different way, but... Does Kay show up in any other Ace Attorney games? Is she referenced at all, like, in the future? I'd hate to know that, like, some of the other characters... Kind of like how you were telling me, how you were telling me before, Crust, about how, like, some characters are kind of just never seen or heard from again. In some of the future iterations, and so I'm curious if her or like maybe her bloodline or something is ever referenced again, if like the great Yatagarasu is maybe not just a name that's brought up again later on. Demoted again? No, we will keep Gumshoe. By the way, the chicken chowder is spicy chipotle. Ooh, that sounds terrifically yummy. Okay, so I'm glad I had a good choice with that. You're right pronunciation-wise. Okay, so we'll keep it there so far. That's a first. I'm not very good at making... Like, if I see a new name, I tend to be very wrong about pronouncing things. So, it was very, like, prevalent in a lot of the other games that I played. Namely, with Elden Ring. I could not pronounce anything right. And I had one of my viewers who was a very big, like, FromSoft fan, like, pissed off every time I came across something or somewhere new. Or someone. I was so bad at naming things.
This makes things a bit more complicated.
Oh, come on, you can't let that stop you. I'll even lend you a hand, so let's go.
But you're a self-purported great thief, are you not? I don't believe I can let someone of an unlawful nature participate in an investigation.
You don't like to listen, do you? I'm not just any old great thief, I'm the Yatagarasu. And as I said earlier, the Yatagarasu is after one and only one thing.
And that is? What is this only one thing that you're after?
The Yatagarasu is only interested in one thing, and that is the truth.
Wait, she's looking to steal the truth? What does that mean? Like Aisha for the longest time, I thought I was a... Oh, you thought it was Aisha, not Aisha. Okay, yeah, no, I get it. I am very terrible with names, say so. If you want, just look at me playing through Elden Ring. I could not pronounce the name of anything correctly, and even whenever I was told on multiple instances, I still called things, like, wrong.
I see.
It was 7 years ago. We were also looking for the truth. Oh, wait, no, this is what?
There's a vigilante who threw the business world into a panic.
And that's the original Yatagarasu, the one that she originates from.
Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appeared and vanished at will. Though we still don't know how much of this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu like to find and publicly disclose evidence of corrupted dealings of all sorts. Once a target was chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement was set forth.
Oh, well, I think it said.
Instead, the chosen corporation was infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found was sent out in the mass media, along with a card with the mark of the three-legged raven. Looking back, I suppose you could call what the Yatagarasu was stealing the truth. Could this child really be the successor of the original Yatagarasu?
She's a P4 and P5 enjoyer, is she? Oh, a truth thief. Okay. Wait, I think I kind of get what you're putting down then, huh? She probably does reach out for the truth then, huh? I like that. That's so cool. Okay, that gives like some extra bonus points to you, okay? I like you a little bit more now. Lance? Oh, okay, it's fuck, Mr. Romano. Oh, hold on, I gotta... Lance, where are you, son? He's just wandering around like that?
Mr. Romano?
Oh, Miles, my boy, I'm sorry to have involved you in such an affair after you just returned.
For you, Mr. Romano, I gladly offer my assistance. After all, I have you to thank for how well things turned out during my time abroad. If it wasn't for you, I might not have been introduced to the law office, and had the chance to study the inner workings of another country's judicial system.
No. Think nothing of it. As you know, Manfred and I go way back. I consider a beloved disciple of his to be like one of my own blood. If you ever want to go overseas again, you only need to ask. I can use my company's vast network to send you anywhere at any time.
So who's the old man?
He's the father of the currently kidnapped Lance Damano, Ernest Damano. Now then, have you found Lance yet, Miles? Please, I miss my poor boy dearly.
I'm terribly sorry, but your son's whereabouts remain unknown, Mr. Romano.
What? Hold on there. Then what happened to all the money?
I believe the 1 million has been stolen and the culprits are now on the run.
What?
Poor old man. Oh, she's got a little crying face. Oh. Oh, it's 2019 in game? Oh. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure where the timelines were aligned here. Don't you have anything you could give him to cheer him up, Mr. Edgeworth?
Forgive me, Mr. Romano. I was wondering if you could please tell me the details of the kidnapping one more time.
Oh, it was yesterday. A call came to the house. From the receiver came the sound of my son. Help me, Daddy.
I know this is tough, but please stay with me here, Mr. Romano.
You don't understand. He hasn't called me Daddy in ages. It was incredibly moving. I wish I had recorded him saying that.
You definitely should have recorded that conversation, but not for the foolish sentimentalities of an old man. Refresh my memory. What kind of person is Lance again?
How will telling you about Lance help you get to him back?
Surprisingly, a lot can be deduced from a person's relationship and behavior.
Very well, then Lance is my one and only son. He turned 21 this year. He's very much like me when I was his age, kind and very attractive. I'm sure women simply can't keep their hands off of him.
Is there anything else about him you've noticed as of late?
Now that you mention it, I haven't been able to get in contact with our butler, Oliver.
Your butler?
Yes, his name is Oliver Deacon.
Oliver Deacon? Oliver Deacon?
He's been with our family for years now. He gets along so well with Lance that I thought maybe he would know where my son is.
Okay. Oh shit, whoops. Okay. Mr. Romano, could you please tell me a little bit more about your butler, Mr. Deacon?
As a butler, he's outstanding. He even serves as Lance's personal private tutor. He took a brief leave recently, but even after it was over, I haven't been able to reach him.
So you still haven't spoken with him since his leave? What about his family and friends?
They said that they haven't seen him. I've tried everything I could think of, Miles. Do you think he could have something to do with Lance's kidnapping?
It's possible, but I can't say anything for sure quite yet. So even the person closest to the victim has gone missing. Oliver Deacon. Sounds like one name I had better keep in mind.
Okay. It's only been a month from Bridge to Turnabout? Really? A month? Timeline-wise? Oh my god, okay, I did not know that. Jesus, okay. Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir.
Let's begin our investigation. Even if that Interpol agent holds the authority to head the investigation, we can't allow ourselves to stand idly by, twiddling our thumbs.
I'm with you 100%, Mr. Edgeworth. I, Dick Gumshoe, pledge to stick by his side through thick and thin.
Mr. Romano, it was my fault that the culprits escaped, which is why, with your blessing, I vow to return Lance to you myself.
Oh, I've never seen you so passionate before, Miles. Good luck to you, my boy.
All right, well, what are we waiting for? Let's do some investigating.
If you think I'm losing to you, pal, forget it.
Okay, there's like a little friendly competition between these two. I quite like this. Okay, hang on. We're actually coming up on probably the closing time I'm going to need before I can go ahead and complete all the things that I want to. It's a bit shorter than I would have wanted to, but I haven't eaten today, and I want to be able to go ahead and grab something to eat and then go to work, at least with a little bit of something in my tummy. So I think this is probably a good enough stopping point for now. God, I hate that I have to limit myself. Like, it's story game Saturdays used to be able to last so much longer, but just due to the nature of work and how I have things set up right now, I can't play them as long as I want to. Like, I used to go like 4 or 5 hours minimum, and we're coming up on 4 hours as a matter of fact, but like, especially with Ace Attorney, I would have loved to go a lot longer. I think my longest Ace Attorney stream was when I wanted to go ahead and complete the trilogy. We played the last game and the last trial. I think that VOD is still up. It's like 10 or 11 hours. Love that VOD, or love that stream as a whole. Fantastic stuff all around. But
I think we're gonna go ahead and put a pin on it for now and save a lot of this other stuff for next Saturday. So we can go ahead and continue then. But like, I'm having so much fun playing this game. It's so cool. I love the way that that it plays. I love the characters. I love all the stuff that this game has to offer. It's so good. Oh wait, shit, never mind. There was more to it. Detective, you there?
Who, me? What are you doing goofing off in a place like this? I wasn't goofing off. I was about to help Mr. Edgeworth kick off his investigation.
You imbecile. All precinct detectives are now under Agent Lang's direct command.
No way! I am not working for Wolf Boy. Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do something?
I'm not exactly in a position to argue, seeing as how you are a member of the police. Good, now let's go. No! Oh, Edgeworth, no! Boy, have I got just the job for someone of your talents. Well, that was exciting. No, we lost Gumshoe. Oh, okay, got K's theme. Have a good rest of your day then. I appreciate you dropping by, Seisu. You have a good day as well. Okay. What? Can't you tell I'm ready to go down to some detective work? You should go home. Your parents must be worried about you. Oh, come on. I finally get to be your assistant and you try to ditch me? I don't recall offering you the position. Why do you have to be so difficult? Besides, it's already too late, you know? Like I said, I've already stolen the position of assistant a while back. Ha! You're the only one who's asserting that. Well, by the time anyone notices, it's already gone. That's the Yatagarasu way. You shouldn't speak so lightly of things that you know nothing about. Fine, whatever. You win. Go ahead and try to do your little investigation. But the talented assistant K is going to tag along no matter what you say. Even if she turns out to be useless, she's not going to listen to me. I might as well surrender and let her come along for now, before the ride. Okay, so we got a couple of things that we can go ahead and investigate, it looks like. It looks like there's some footsteps and a couple other things that I can go... Cat! Cat! Can I investigate the cat? Ha! I've got you now, you vile criminals! I think the kidnappers would better sense to try hiding in these. Oh, come on, lighten up, will ya? I was only joking. I don't really think that the criminals would be hiding here right in front of two officers. I certainly hope not. I was hoping we could investigate the cat. Well, okay, that's fine then. We'll go ahead and put a pause in it here for now. So, this will be the point. Oop, I had to stretch. Ooh. Okay. Oh, all right. There we go. All right. So, this is the point in the stream where we're going to be going ahead, wrapping up, finishing up, doing my little song and dance, and sending us on our way. So, if anybody needs to head out now, I'm going to go ahead and do my little song and dance, send us off on our way, whether that be through raiding out or by just closing the stream. So if anybody wants to stick around for that, you're more than welcome to do so. Otherwise, we're going to be... I got a little spiel I like to spill before we go ahead and finish off with the stream. So stick around and we'll see where we can go from there, okay? So, thank you once again to any and all who happened to have caught today's stream as it was happening live. Thank you to anybody who is watching this VOD later on. I'm so glad I get to be able to play through Ace Attorney in like any form or fashion again. This is so fun. I love being able to check this out like at any given point that I can now as a story game Saturday type deal. I just wish I had a little bit more time to it, but alas, can't really do much about it unless I just decide to not work one of these Saturdays. So if you were interested in anything that you may have seen here today, I do recommend that you go ahead and follow me on any of my social medias posted above. Twitter is going to be the best place to go ahead and follow if you are interested in checking out what it is that I happen to be doing at any given moment in time. I do post on there pretty semi-frequently, both in regards to stream stuff as well as anything that may be going on behind the scenes. So if you want to keep up and see what sort of silliness I happen to be posting at any given time, or if you want to go ahead and just see when stream happens to be going live, or whenever I do have anything going on in that regard, that's going to be the best place to go ahead and take care of that. I also do have a YouTube channel where I do post all of my VODs. That's where I keep an archive of everything I've ever played or posted before. So if you want to check out any of my older content or relive certain instances and moments that you remember, those will all be making their way onto YouTube eventually. I also do have a place where I do have short form content that makes its way, if that's much more your style, as opposed to the longer VOD videos that I have on YouTube through TikTok. So if you want to go ahead and check out any of my TikTok content, I do have edited clip short form content on there. So if that's much more your style, you can go ahead and consume that type of content with the added incentive of some IRL stuff occasionally making its way onto there as well. So if that's something that you might be interested in looking into, you can keep an eye out for that on there as well. But that should go ahead and wrap us up for today. I very much appreciate everybody who managed to go ahead and participate in today's stream as it was happening live, and anybody who will be watching this as a VOD or a video later on. I will be seeing you guys again on... Oh my god, I forgot to pull up the social. Thank you for that, Crust. I went through and did the whole spiel, but I didn't even pull them up myself. That's my bad. But yeah, I will be seeing you guys again this next week. There might be a change to the schedule depending on something that may be going on that I will be finding out about over the weekend. But other than that, we will be seeing each other again next week. I think we'll go back to slowing the pace of the streams again this next week. I think I just upped it a little bit this week since there were more than a couple of things that I wanted to go ahead and take care of this week. But I think things will be slowing back down to about maybe 4 streams again next week, and we'll see where things will continue from there. So be on the lookout. Tomorrow I will be posting the schedule for this next week, so keep an eye out for that on Twitter. But otherwise, that will do for today. Thank you once again, everybody. Be safe, be good. Make sure that you guys are getting enough rest, that you guys are staying safe, you guys are staying hydrated and being well fed. We take self-care very seriously around here. I say this as a threat and not a suggestion. I also say this as a hypocrite, since I have yet to have eaten for the entirety of the day, and I still have work to take care of. So be safe. I will catch you guys all again sometime later this week. I will post about it on Twitter. So until next time, I will see you guys all later. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care, be good, and I will see you guys all again next time. Bye-bye.